Yeah. Overseas with it. Niggas claim they hot, where that money at? Niggas then ran up in your spot, where that money at? Strippers don't know you in the spot, where that money at? Fuck you, and that fake watch, where that money at? Yeah, niggas think they hot, where that money at? Niggas then ran up in your spot, where that money at? Strippers don't know you in the spot, where that money at? Fuck you, and that fake watch, where that money at? Yeah. Slipping on my pimpin', nigga, never that. Always had more women than bitches, nigga, roger that. Money is the root of all evil, get the fuck back. We been brainwashed from a fetus just to get scratch that. Now I'm on a mission just to get dope. Physical or crypto, from the 9 to 5 or a kick dope. When shit get cold, like the hometown of Klitschko. Vladimir, your boys out of here with the sick flow. Now I ain't no rushing, but I'm rushing through this budget. I turn the booth into a gun, raise the way I'm busting. I cop the whole onion, then I got it from my cousin. In and out of traffic, toll tagger, we be hustling. I understand the shine first and realize your time works. Can't be rich until you enrich your mind first. But I'ma be ignorant with my black ass and probably swipe my black card to blind black mask. Yeah. Niggas say they hot, where that money at? Niggas then ran up in your spot, where that money at? Strippers don't know you in the spot, where that money at? Fuck you, and that fake watch, where that money at? Yeah. Niggas say they hot, where that money at? Niggas then ran up in your spot, where that money at? Strippers don't know you in the spot, where that money at? Fuck you, and that fake watch, where that money at? Yeah. That moolah, that cheese, that fettuccine, that guala is what a nigga after, so holla at me tomorrow. I'm looking for investors to throw some bread at the startup. Straight to the top, I'm cream of the crop with the product. Money isn't everything, but in this society, you gotta have funds to have fun, so don't lie to me. 153 million the fucking lottery. World keep spinning, I just mold it like fucking pottery. Fuck that poverty shit, my niggas gotta get rich. Hip hop over everything like hippopotamus clicks. Niggas wanna hate that be on some anonymous shit. People wanna relate, they wanna be a part of my clique. We are not with the shits, the toilet did not get fixed. All less fail, every door come off the hinge. $1 million in my bank account, as sweet as revenge. 75% in the savings, making some sense. Niggas say they hot, where that money at? Niggas then ran up in your spot, where that money at? Strippers don't know you in the spot, where that money at? Fuck you, and that fake watch, where that money at? Yeah. Niggas claim they hot, where that money at? Niggas then ran up in your spot, where that money at? Strippers don't know you in the spot, where that money at? Fuck you, and that fake watch, where that money at? Yeah. Yeah. Black African power. What's good? What's happening? A well-organized lie defeats a disorganized truth every time. Woo-hoo-wee. Man, y'all already know what it is, man. It's God Killer in the house. I'm coming to do what I got to do. I'm going to do what I got to do. I'm standing tall. I'm standing strong. Hey, Bobby banging this bitch. What's good, family? Man, lunchtime. You know we do that morning or that lunchtime break for y'all, man. Y'all know what it is, man. Boy, I see some of the pseudo killers in the building, man. I see the pseudo killers army in the building, man. What's good, brass? What it do? What it do? Well, I see you. Ladies and gentlemen, DNA. What it do? Man, boy, they keep going in. I see you. Y'all already know, yo, we sitting in a high altitude bombers. We can drop the bombs anytime we want. We can shoot the missiles, launch them out of the tanks anytime we want. They shooting arrows. Anytime you see an arrow in the chat, bing, 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 pick them off. I ain't saying put the person out, but when they pull up that bow and arrow, they actually shooting at you. And so you got to shoot them back. We don't allow arrows. We're in a space age battle. We not in the Stone Age with Stone Age tips shooting at tanks. Man, no, we is not. So that's how we doing it, man. Man, did the people get up in here, man? Lunchtime flavor, man. I'm going to be back in the morning tomorrow, man. I just wanted to get a couple things off, man. Oh, the pseudos stay messed up. Yeah, they just stay messed up, right? Across the board, right? You know, I ain't never finished what I'm doing. You know, once you showboat way too much, misreading literature and supposed to be a quote unquote scholar and all that, man, I gotta get you. Jabari, you know what it is. Now, I didn't put your name in the title, right? But I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you, and I'm talking to say, cool. That's what I'm dealing with right now. Man, they played you like Baptist preachers, man. Let me show you how they played you. Logic, I see you, man. Pseudo Killer Army. Man, hit that Cash App early and often, man. Get some of that lunch, man. Brass, I see you, man. That's love right there, bro. Always, yo, putting forth your best effort, man. Appreciate you, man. Got a lot of people in the head, man. Fetty, what's going on with you? Set, what's up with you, man? We going in. Gary Hart, appreciate you. Marlon, what it do? What it do? What it do? Man, we're going to get this thing in here, yo. Hey, Ray Black, if I so choose to. We're going to battle on every single point. Because, listen, misreading the literature leads the students to pseudoisms. What am I talking about? Y'all remember when y'all was in church, right? And they were saying, yeah, we got to play tithes, right? And some churches would actually use this particular scripture right here. And I'm going to show you how they give it to you out of place. We always talk about cut and paste, right? You're supposed to read the whole chapter to understand the conversation. If a person take a slice out, they can interpret it any way they want. Let me show y'all this. Let me show you how to do it. And I'm going to show you how they did this in church, right? And I'm going to show you how they carried that foolery over to now. All right? Man, let them people pile up in here, man. So y'all see this, right? We're in the book of Malachi. We jumping right in. Chapter 3, right? They start you off like this. They don't read none of this, right? They'll jump right here. They'll do stuff like this. Will a man rob God? All right, that's Malachi 3:8. They say, will a man rob God? Yet ye have robbed me. But ye say, wherein have we robbed thee? Right? I'm going to read this again. Will a man rob God? All right. So they got you thinking, man, will I rob God? Yet ye have robbed me. But if we robbed him, how the hell we rob God? But ye say, when have we robbed thee? The tithes and offerings. So they talking about your tithes, and your offerings, right? So right here, the preacher is trying to get your money because don't nobody want to rob God. I'm going to say this again. They hitting you with, will a man rob God? Right? Yet ye have robbed me. And the preacher got you thinking that, man, if I don't pay my tithes, then I'm actually taking away from God. I'm robbing God, and don't nobody want to rob God. So let me pay my tithes and offerings. But guess what they did? They actually cut and paste. You got individuals claiming to be teachers, and they cut and pasting out of books and misrepresenting conversations. So right here in your friendly neighborhood churches, they was scamming you. Let me show you how they was scamming you. So let's go back a chapter. Let's go back. We're going to go back. Let's go back to Malachi 2. See, you got to read these different chapters. And up here, you'll find out that they wasn't even talking to you. They was actually talking to the priests. And know, O ye priests, this commandment is for you. So when you read the whole damn thing, they're actually talking to the priests, and they're not talking to the parishioners. Man, we didn't know that. We was thinking we was robbing God. And you read the whole thing, which I'm not going to do. I just wanted to show you how you can cut and paste somebody out the game and have them imagining, have them thinking, right, something that's not really going on. And they actually did this in that conversation, complete foolery, when it was Smash, Jabari, and Wild Ass Say Cool. They played this game. They cut and paste. And y'all know I got them.
You know I got them. You already know I got them. I'm sitting back watching. I'm saying, did they just do that? Did they just go against my strength? My strength is reading comprehension. That's my strength. I'm going to say this again for all y'all that's trying to come at me with the foolery. My strength is reading comprehension. That's my strength. I do it well. I've been doing it since I was in the 2nd grade. When I stood in front of the class and the teacher was like, yeah, what does this paragraph mean? And I messed it up. She was like, I see what you're trying to do, but that's not how you do it. And she showed me how to walk through. It was a word I don't understand. Look it up, right? But you base it off the sentences. Each sentence build on the next sentence. And each paragraph build on the last paragraph. And I got it. From that moment forth, I was at that level. So whenever these dudes try to come in and flam with the act like they reading something, I got them. But I expect more out of Jabari, which I no longer expect anything out of him. He's a horrible college professor. How do I know? Because if you're a college professor and you can't read the information and comprehend it, what in the hell are you telling your students? I can just imagine how his reports are. You know, like when you're in college, you know, you give your professor a grade. I can just imagine. And he's claiming that he's actually reading this book right here to his class. Oh my, did he do the same thing he did on Sonetta TV? I bet he did, right in his class. And I bet you he got some high-level students just like, I don't know about that. So let's start with, say, cool, the Baptist preacher. Yeah, we shooting all arrows. Yeah, no arrows. And if you don't like it, you can go home because you cannot shoot an arrow at a high altitude stealth bomber. The arrow gonna go up and come back down and kill yourself. You cannot shoot a stone tip arrow. Hell, you can't shoot a steel tip arrow with a crossbow at a damn tank. They're gonna have that night vision. They're gonna see the tribe trying to sneak up on the tank because they actually think it's some wild animal because they ain't never seen a tank before in the Stone Age. And they sneaking up on the tank and they aim at it because when you start that engine up on that tank, it roars and they think it's a damn animal that they never seen before. And they shoot and they aim, right? And all the arrows aim at the tank and they go ping, ping, ping. Ping, ping, ping. The damn arrows break and crash, right? And you might be drinking some coffee in the tank. Ping, 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 ping. Will, what the hell is that sound? Man, I don't know. Do you hear that sound? Ping, ping. And you look at the night vision goggles, you like, that's some crazy ass Negro shooting at the tank. Man, get them out of here. And it's over with. Because we got them. We catch them cheating. We catch them creeping. Ain't no way to get around it. They sneaking up on us. They can't. They think it's nighttime. They think you can sneak up on us and figure us out. We got the night vision. We got the heat-seeking missiles. We can see their heat signature, all that, and they think they sneaking because it's nighttime. You know, like they do other Stone Age people. See, you can sneak up on other Stone Age people real slow. Don't move for a minute. Don't move. And then stop, don't move, and creep. But you can't sneak up on a tank, 2024 tank, high precision tank with global positioning systems, with heat signatures, with the goggles, and you can see everything light up when you look outside. That's what they trying to do to y'all. That's what they doing. So whenever I'm looking in the chat and I see you throwing arrows up, I say, oh, that's that Stone Age pride. Shooting you out of here. Bow, 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 bow. Now, I love the people that's actually coming and watch the information. Because I think we can all stand to learn. But I'm shooting all arrows. Trust me. Yeah, quickly. What's going on, Miss Tiff? Miss Bennett? High level sisterhood in the building. I see you. They'll say, you read Jabari's book by chance? I had his book, had it in the bookstore. Sold a few copies. I thought it was okay. I didn't think, I was all right. Yeah, I ain't a hater. I'm a participator, yo. But watch this. Let's get straight to this. Now, remember, I'm setting this up. I showed you how the Baptist preachers, right, and the Baptist Kemetic priest and the fake African say, cool, he's a fake African that lives in Canada somewhere, saving Africa while being in Canada. Makes no damn sense to me. Very disrespectful. Coming to the African American community, hitting them with the flim flam blim blam boom. I don't appreciate that. And if y'all don't understand, when I tell him take your ass back to your grandmother's house, walk outside and hold the books up to your community and flim flam them, y'all thinking I'm wrong for that. Whatever. I don't even care no more because they out of order disrespectful. Yeah, take your half-baked nonsense back to your community, right? And play scholar with them. Because over here, yo, we on our A game, bro. We understand what Diaz was talking about. We clear on what Dr. Ben and John Henry Clark was talking about. Clear. Chancellor Williams, we're super clear. We actually stay on their shoulders. We're not looking them in their face. Master teacher, can you teach us? Man, we stand on their shoulders, bro. And when they get something wrong, yo, we move forward, right? Correct it and get to the next level because we stand on their shoulders. We ain't doing what they doing. They going all the way back to 1950. They got the 1950 argument. So let's see if we caught them cutting and pasting. Let's see. Of course we did. Let me share the screen. Always catch them cheating. Always. Yes, we do. All right. So listen closely to say cool. I'm going to set this up for you. He's going to talk about how the book, the ancient African, A Global History from 3000 BCE by Christopher Eric. And there's some things in here that's very questionable to me based off what I understand, but it's just a book. It's not an article, peer review, it's his book, right? The books is the last things. They're the last thing on the line on which you're trying to get your information. I'm telling you. But say cool, in his mind, he got flim-flammed by Jabari, right? Or he flim-flammed himself because he can't really read. None of them can actually read, right? And they saying that the population that will make Egypt came and look like Nubians. Where'd they get that from? So let's hear him in his own words. Put a one up in here if y'all can hear the video.
The people in the Nile Valley today are closer to the ancient population. But in that same interview, the doctor tells you that people in the South today will be called black, different from those in Cairo and other areas. So when you say the population there now is closer to the old, to the ancient population, are you referring to the people in the South, in Aswan, that she referred to as black today, the Nubians there, or you are referring to those in Cairo? Because she made a distinction. And you were there, you didn't ask her why she made that distinction. She didn't say, she said today, if you go to the south of Egypt, you will meet those dark-skinned people, you can still call them black. And there's a BBC documentary on it, on the general history of Africa, the conference deal. There's a BBC documentary where they went to the south and interviewed the black people there, and they said, we are black Africans. And they look just like us. So you are playing games with the Cairo people and smashing them together with people in Aswan and say they all look the same and they will look like the Asian population. You are playing game, bro. You are playing game with the people.
Can I answer that?
And now, lastly, the article you show, it was calling Diop and other people started Afrocentrism. You know it's a lie, right? And you should show it.
That's a great article. That's a great article there.
Diop never mentioned the word Afrocentrism once.
That's a
Ivan Satima never used it. And that fake article you put up there that called Egypt Levant or the Near East history.
It didn't do that.
Egypt is not a study of Near East.
No, it didn't do that, yo.
Once you open an article that put Egypt in Near East, as a wise man, you should know it's already fake.
All right,
It's
man.
it's an
You don't
African
even count.
civilization.
You don't even count. I want to get
Yeah,
smashed. Smash.
definitely,
I want to get
definitely.
smashed. I don't even care about you.
For me, from tonight and the
Yeah,
last
yeah,
time I listened to you, I
Good
find
work,
out
bro.
that you
Good
can't
work,
even
bro.
read. You couldn't even
Right. Let's see
understand,
who can actually read.
Christopher. You
Got
couldn't
bro.
even understand. Well, if you don't allow me, that's
Got
the
you,
same
bro.
way I won't let you talk.
All right. He said, I can't even read the damn article. I ain't even gonna bring up the stuff he thought he was talking about. And by the way, the book, right, that he's trying to get around to is Christopher Eric's work. And the question that I asked these nuts 45 minutes earlier is, where in this damn book do they use the word black? Took them niggas damn near an hour to answer that. Jabari, hour and a half, just to say, no, it ain't in there. That was my only question, but they're going through this whole diatribe on, yeah, you know, you didn't read. So what is it that he's saying I could not read? Here we go. Put a one if y'all can hear this. I don't want to mess this up. Got you, bro.
Because you came to our show and you tried to make
our
everything
show
look
now.
like
Yeah,
you couldn't
that
even
shit was
read.
fun. You want nobody here to
You
challenge that
couldn't even read. You couldn't even read clearly.
I
You
know.
couldn't even read clearly.
I know.
Where Christopher Errett said
Yeah,
the
I know.
civilization came from the south,
Yeah,
and the people of the ancient time look like Nubians, and they come definitely from the Horn of Africa. That.
All right, you heard him. He said that Christopher Eric's book 1 said that the Egyptians look like Nubians, right? And the people came from the south and came from Nubia. Did he say that? Let me ride it back again. Make sure we got this right.
And now, lastly, the article you show, it was calling Diop and other people started Afrocentrism. You know it's a lie, right? And you should show it.
That's a great article. That's a great article there.
Diop never mentioned the word Afrocentrism once.
That's a
great article there, bro. Never used it. And that fake article you put up there that called Egypt Levant or the Near East history.
It didn't do that.
Egypt is not the study of Near East.
It didn't do that, yo.
Once you open an article that put Egypt in Near East, as a wise man, you should know it's already fake.
All right, man.
It's an
you don't even count. You don't even count. I want to get smashed. Smashed. I want to get smashed. I don't even care about you.
For me, from tonight and the last time I listened to you, I find out that you can't even read. You couldn't even understand.
Let's see who can actually read. Got you.
You couldn't even understand. Well, if you don't allow me, that's the same way I won't let you talk.
Got you, bro.
Because you came to our show and you tried to make
our
everything
show
look like.
Yeah,
you couldn't even read.
Fun. You want nobody here to challenge
you couldn't even read. You couldn't even read clearly.
I know.
You couldn't even read clearly. Where Christopher Errett said the civilization came from the south, and the people of the ancient time look like Nubians, and they come definitely from the Horn of Africa. That is very clear.
He said that's really clear. They came from the south. They came from the Horn of Africa, and they look like Nubians. That's what he said. That's what he thinking this shit say. Now let's get to what it actually said. So he's cutting and pasting some things here. I'm going to show you what he's actually cutting and pasting. All right. And I'm going to show you how they messed it all up because they didn't read the whole damn thing to the people. Jabari, in his infinite wisdom, cut and paste. What's the question y'all had to ask me, though? Mr. John Jones, what is the question? What's the question? Then I'm going to drop the link. I'm going to see. Oh, I don't see where you at, John. I don't even see you. Do you know how Jabari became a Kemetic priest? He had made it up. As hell. Shit, I can be an Egyptian priest, yo. Just give me a book, the Book of the Dead, dress up a little bit and talk shit. And I'm an Egyptian priest. That's how they do it. Ain't nobody, man, the Egyptian priest is actually Kemeticism. All right? Y'all didn't know that? It's Kemetic. Look, y'all, I thought y'all knew that. Let me show y'all. I thought y'all knew that. We're going to hold our placeholder. Here you go. Let me show y'all what it is. That's all you got to do. Act like you're going against Europeans and then steal their stuff. Here you go, Kemeticism. Here go the y'all see the altars, right? I know y'all have seen some of y'all friends with this. I just know y'all have. Kemet, Blackland. All right, here you go. Kemeticism. Kemeticism, also Kemeticism, sometimes referred to as Neterism, deity, Kemetic, or paganism. Kemetic paganism is a neo-religion, meaning it's not what the ancients was actually practicing. Neo-paganism, also known as contemporary paganism, meaning it's contemporary time, a revival of the ancient Egyptian religion and related expressions of religion in classical and late antiquity, emerging in the 1970s. A Kemetic or Kemetic pagan is one who follows Kemeticism. All right. And you can add Kemeticism, Kemetic. Y'all see this. That's why they fighting so hard for this. Right here, they fighting hard for this. Right? Remember we talked about Deborah Herd. She talked about that being, she talked about this actually being a crossroad, not in the city, because he said they didn't have cities. They didn't even know about no damn cities and towns. They didn't know about that, right? She trying to figure out, was it like maybe a village or something where kind of intersected? She didn't know, right? That's the charcoal right there, that green, the owl, that's the land right there. All right. So when did this movement actually start? It started in the 1970s. What was going on in the 1970s, y'all? You know what I'm saying? The civil rights, they was fighting. You had a group of black people, yo, that was fighting, right? They call them the naturalists, I think. Don't hold me to that. But they wasn't doing what the Black Panther Party was doing. They said Islam, right? They was trying to get on a African thing, right? And they was copying this from these Europeans right here. Let's see. Y'all can read the article, right? Hold on, let me see. Let me see who they actually credited with. Y'all do see these daggone religious practices, though. Y'all see all that. Hold on real quick. The worship, right? Followers going to follow worship for a few gods, Mayat, segment, thought, prayers. They make prayer and offerings. And they have altars. All right. They ain't doing no real sacrifices. The looseness of the Kemetic doctrine is best captured just by defining the object Kemeticism religious veneration. Although the Egyptian religion was polytheistic religion, right? See, they ain't following the gods. They using that Christianity swing on it, right? I'm trying to see Neoplatonism. Hold on. I'm going to try to give y'all who was actually Orthodox. Okay, Kemetic Orthodoxy. Okay, the American Society of Kemetic Orthodoxy was founded in the 1980s. It brings together members of various states and, according to its owner, characterized attempts to follow the Egyptian traditions. So they was, you know what I'm saying? This is what they was doing. You look at people like Shemaz and them, that's what they was doing that. With Dr. Ben and them, the ones I follow, right? Dr. Ben and them, they was trying to get to the scholarship. Right? Diop's then was trying to get you to scholarship. John Henry Clark, Dr. Ben, who else we got? Dr. Ben, John Henry Clark, Diop's, Chancellor Williams. They was trying to promote science, evolution, and trying to dig up our history with that. No matter how many mistakes they made. That's why I gravitated to them. Well, on the other hand, you got these people actually trying to do the damn religion. Yeah, I'm saying, couldn't actually read the damn text, was having fun with it. This is what you see today. A Success Society, the shrines, all that. Yeah, that's coming from what the white people was trying to do. So I'm telling you, there was a couple different factions, right, that was trying to connect black people back to the motherland, and they was doing it different fashions. And I'm saying I chose the road of those who didn't believe in God, like Dr. Ben, John Jackson, atheist, Hubert Harrison, atheist. You know what I'm saying? They was using science. Now, Diop's wasn't an atheist, but he was a physicist. He was an anthropologist. He was using science. talked about evolution. So I followed the ones that was dealing with the evolution and the science. John Jackson, atheists, they was dealing with the science. And so that's the shoulders I stood on. The whole religious piece, I'm not trying to do it. But that's where Jabari and them get that from. Don't let them lie to you. They tripping. So let's get back to on track here. All right. When you get right here, big up to the 48,000, man. Hit the cash app, man. Show some love, man. All right. So we heard what Sekou say. Maybe we need to play it again. It went off a little bit. Let me see if I can get back just slightly. Play it one more time for y'all. We're going to see if this book say what they saying. That's all we trying to see. We don't see if they cut and paste us like a Baptist preacher. Telling you they did.
Calling Diop and other people started Afrocentrism. You know it's a lie, right? And you should show it.
That's
in that
great
source.
article. That's a great article there.
Diop never mentioned the word Afrocentrism once.
That's a
Ivan
great article
Satima
there, brother.
never used it. And that fake article you put up there that called Egypt Levant or the Near East history.
It didn't do that.
Egypt is not a study of Near East.
No, it didn't do that, yo.
Once you open an article that put Egypt in Near East, as a wise man, you should know it's already fake.
All right, man.
It's an
you don't even count. You don't even count. I won't get smashed. Smashed. I won't get smashed. I don't even care about you.
For me, from tonight and the last time I listened to you, I find out that you can't even read. You couldn't even understand.
Let's see if we can actually read. Got you.
You couldn't even understand. Well, if you don't allow me, that's the same way I won't let you talk.
Got you, bro.
Because you came to our show and you tried to make
our
everything
show now.
look like.
Yeah,
you couldn't even read.
Funny. You want nobody to challenge
you couldn't even read. You couldn't even read clearly.
I know.
You couldn't even read clearly.
I know.
Where Christopher Ehret said the civilization came from the south, and the people of the ancient time look like Nubians, and they come definitely from the Horn of Africa. That is very clear.
The people come from the south. He ain't actually explaining that. He said the people look like the Nubians. He messing that up. And he said they come from the Horn of Africa. He don't give detail at all. He's messing up. So, Super Wavy, he didn't get his lick back. Need to go back to Africa and get his lick back over there. Because he over here messing up the heads and minds of African Americans. And I'm about to show y'all. So let's come to the actual text. So y'all heard his statement, right? I don't even want to bring in Jabari yet, flim flamming. I want to actually read what they didn't read. All right. So we come to the book. This is the book. In case y'all think I'm making it up. Here you go. Ancient Africa, Global History. All right. Christopher Herd. All right. And first thing I want to do is, I'm going to do this again. I want to type in the word black. They rocking with this book. But nowhere in this book did he use the term black to describe the ancient Egyptians. Let's see. Black Africans. Y'all see the results? 0 results. How about black? You got 12 results found. Museum of Art, back flap image, black and red, burnished wares, talking about pottery. Badarian was in the Middle Egypt. Remember that, Badarian. 1960s, almost only scholars who did pay such attention to Africa taught black, taught at historically black colleges. That's when you see the black, right? Also talking about Leo Hansberry, cow peas, black, eye peas, black seed. Yeah, nothing. Look, black burnished wet. Look, black red burnt. Look, stop it. Nowhere. Black eyed peas, black colleges and universities. All right, so they scamming. Now, what have I been fighting for? Let's see. Africans, 321 results found. Africans. Early world and African history, the whole thing, right? Africans. Yeah, they tripping, yo. I can't even believe they doing this, yo. Africans. Ah, man. Africans in early global history. Africans. All in the book. 331. Okay. All right, where we at? Africa. All right. So they ain't using none of them damn titles. So now, where we at in the book? We're gonna go to it's page, I believe it's 84, somewhere in there. All right. And the point here, let's see what hold on. The point here is they was actually talking about the article with the, I think it was the 103 mummies. Y'all remember that? Y'all probably don't. It was an article, right? About the mummies and the genomes. Okay. And right here, this guy is talking about good settlement, the military. Let's see, the military invasion of the Hyksos coming from the Levant in the 7th century BCE. It say, and their rule for more than a century over large parts of northern Egypt would also have brought an additional genetic component of the Levant. Okay, background into those northern Egyptian regions. It say the level. Now, he's actually critiquing that genetic article. Okay, I'll bring it up later on. Okay, he's saying the level of disconnect between the proposals made in particular genetic articles and the actual history of ancient Egyptian populations is the same as if one examined DNA from human remains in late 19th century cemetery in South Boston, Massachusetts, and then concluded from that localized time-bound sample that Americas are basically an Irish descent and that the founders of United States in the 18th century would have been primary Irish. So you see how he's working it. I'm saying he's working it. Okay? So he's basically saying to that article, based off the genome that they mapped in that one area, right, was doing what he's saying right here. That's like taking a sample from Boston and making that the original people there. That's what he's basically doing. But what he's not telling you is in that article clearly says, do not remember we talked about stop signs. We said that's a stop sign right there. And that stop sign says, do not apply this to the whole of history because it's complicated with Egyptian marrying Nubians, Nubian marrying Egyptians, and they always migrated back and forth. It tells you, do not apply that to the whole article. He leaves that part out. Just want to let y'all know that. But that's not why we're here. Hold on. We're here because as you read further, this is when we get into the Jabarian part, right here, where they get that the Nubians, and they look like Nubians, and they came from here in the South. They're not telling you the whole truth. Now watch this. Here we go. In any case, the geographical setting of the foundational developments of ancient Egyptian history, in fact, lay in the lands well south of the single late northern site considered in the genetic article. That's that genetic article we talking about. I might should pull that up. Okay? One little area. All right? Now, he's telling you that. I'm going to say this again. He says, in any case, the geographical setting of the foundational developments of ancient Egyptian history, in fact, lay in the lands well south of the single late and northern site considered in the genetic article. It say these lands extend from several hundred kilometers south of the confluence of the White Nile. Okay, so that's talking about down in Khartoum, right? This is where we got into the wild ass confluence, whatever. I ain't gonna get into that. Or the Blue Nile rivers northwards. Now you gotta go up northward to the archaeological sites from El Dabari in the middle Egypt, 1,500 kilometers farther north. So they're identifying these areas. They say it was this vast stretch of land. Okay, so y'all know where you're at, right? Let me show you the vast stretch of land they're talking about. The vast stretch of land is El Dabari. I probably need to, let me see if I can get this. Hold on. Probably got to do it like this. Hold on. El Dabari. Hold on. I want to show y'all a map here. Show y'all a map. Let's see if we can get this right. Hold on. Let's see. 1 second. That's what I'm gonna do. Oh shoot. Oh, Dabari. Hold on. Okay. All right. That's gonna be the Badarian culture too. All right, let me show y'all something here. So y'all can understand with a vast stretch of land what they talking about. Because these dudes is some cut and paste. They not good teachers, yo. They scamming, yo, to make their point that they just like the Nubians and all that. Scamming, yo. We can't do that. Here you go. El Dabari. So first of all, El Dabari is in Egypt. I want y'all to know that. If y'all go back and look at that video, I was arguing with him. I was like, yo, it's actually in Egypt, yo. The Badarian culture. All right. Look, see El Dabari. Geographically, it's in Egypt, ladies and gentlemen. Neolithic, 4000 BC, type site, El Dabari. All right. Y'all see where that's at? Y'all see the map? Right here. All right. Y'all see the delta up there? El Dabari is somewhere in there. Let me click back. All right. Righty. Let's see. Hold on. We're going to look at the longitude, latitude. All right. See the 25th. All right. Right. Y'all see what Dabari is, right? It's between 30th. Look, see that? All right. Let me go to my email. Let me show y'all something else. So I think I got a really, you know, I realized, yo, that these dudes are taking advantage of us, man. Hold on. Wait a minute. They really are, yo. Oh, man. Let me see. All right. Let's see. Check out. Wait, let me find this. Hold on. I want to show you. I need to get real technical with this. Okay. We're gonna do the dark skin. We're gonna hold on. We got a lot of stuff to cover today. Damn it. I don't want to do that one. Basic information. Okay. Okay. We need to understand this. That's what I want to do for y'all. All right. Because we don't do this show like I'm giving y'all what I had to do, right? To get myself unfucking confused because nobody was actually doing it. All right. Y'all got to know what longitude and latitude is. Because if y'all don't know what longitude and latitude is, here we go. Okay. All right. Let's take our time. We're going to get to it. Let me show you how wild it is. Okay. Latitude and longitude. Okay. That's your global address. So here's the equator. Y'all can see it. Latitude. Okay. And then you got the meridian. That goes straight down and longitude. And then you got latitude, which separates what? The south from the north. Okay. All right. Now, we read what this is for you. Latitude, horizontal mapping lines on the earth are lines of latitude, the horizontal lines. Y'all see this right here? Let me see if I can make that bigger. All right. The horizontal lines. All right. Horizontal mapping lines on the earth are lines of latitude. They are known as parallels of latitude because they run parallel to the equator. All right? They're going to run parallel to the equator. Same way. Some runs parallel. Let me show y'all. Some runs parallel is like this. That's running parallel to each other. All right? Latitude. So watch this. So I want to go back to that map, right? We want to see what the latitude is on that map that they was trying to trick us. I'm trying to tell you, yo, they play too much, yo. Latitude. See, 30. You see 30? You see 30, that's latitude. 25, between 30 and 25. See that? That's where it's located at. All right? Let me go back here on this map. El Dabari. Now y'all see it. Now y'all know where it's at. So they can't play with y'all. Okay? It's actually in Egypt. What they did was they act like it actually was in Egypt, like it was some far away near Khartoum. It's actually not. So that's the stretches of land from El Dabari, right, all the way down to Khartoum. That's the stretches of land they talking about. See, that's what the documentation is actually reading. But if you don't know these areas, then you messed up. See the game? They tried to make it seem like all that was although it's in the southern portions of Egypt, right? Some of it is in Egypt, right? And some of it goes all the way down to Khartoum. Making clarity here. Once again, it says these lands extend from several hundred kilometers south of the confluence of the White Nile and the Abai, the Blue Nile rivers northward, that's going north, right, to the archaeological sites around El Dabari. Okay, so think about it. From the Blue Nile and the White Nile, go northward to El Dabari, what I just showed you in the middle Egypt. Okay, now, so now we got the areas. Okay, so what are these areas, ladies and gentlemen, as we read, comprehend? In any case, the geographical setting of the foundational developments. What is the foundational developments? The base of it, right? Developments of ancient Egyptian history, in fact, lay in lands well south of what? South of that area that they did the DNA tests from, of a single late northern site considered in the genetic article. And I'm going to bring that up when I find it. It says, these lands extend from several hundred kilometers south of the confluence of the White Nile, of Abari, or the Blue Nile. The rivers northward to the archaeological sites around El Dabari in the middle Egypt, 1,500 kilometers further north. Okay, so now we know where that large stretches of land are now. We got them. It say it was this vast stretch of lands. I just showed you what the vast stretch was. All right, of lands, and not the northern areas of late Egyptian history, like up all the way up there near the Delta, right, where they did their DNA tests, right, that constituted the foundational cultural regions, watch this, of the cultural heartland of ancient Egypt. Now watch this. The physical anthropological findings from the major burial sites of those founding locales. I told you what the founding locales were, right? El Dabari, you know what I'm saying? White Nile and Blue Nile, locales of ancient Egypt in the 4th millennium BCE, notably, look, El Dabari, this is what we got to fighting over the damn sentence. El Dabari, as well as Nakata and El Dabari is in Egypt, right? Show no, look, demographic, look, indebtedness to the Levant. What are they saying now? It's saying that Nakata and El Dabari show no demographic indebtedness to the Levant, meaning that they owe no debt to the Levant. Meaning whatever they was doing, right, is subject to being right there. They don't owe no debt to them. That don't mean that people didn't traverse from there. They just saying like they could have did it without them. I know they didn't get that. It say they reveal instead. Now watch this. This is where they all die at. They reveal instead a population with cranial and dental features with closest parallels. What's the word parallel mean? Parallel. Like didn't we just say the like parallel. We just mentioned parallel, right? Meaning that they running like, they closely parallel with the closest, right? Like the closest match, right? Parallels to those of other long-time populations of the surrounding areas of Northeast Africa. That's why I always say Egypt was in Northeast Africa. Watch this. Such as, there's another such as, right? So they're giving examples. This would not be the only examples because I mentioned the other examples like Dabari and Nakata, but they're going to give you some more examples, such as Nubia and the northern horn of Africa. See, northern horn of Africa. We know what the northern horn of Africa is. We know what the southern horn of Africa is, but do you know what the northern horn of Africa is? Right, watch this. Members of this population did not come from somewhere else, but were descendants of the long-term inhabitants of these, look, portions of Africa going back to millennium. What portions of Africa, ladies and gentlemen? First of all, they're not saying they look like the damn Nubians. He got that out of that. They just saying, watch this, they reveal instead a population with cranial and dental features with the closest parallels, right? So all those people in that area, they closely parallel each other. So I don't hear you saying that the Nubians look like the Akkadians. You don't say that. They're not saying that, is he? Right. But you could very well say that. Why are they framing it like this? Why they cutting and pasting, didn't read all this to the people? Because they wild for that. It's they be real instead, the population with cranial and dental features with the closest parallels to those of other long-time populations of the surrounding areas, like our surrounding areas of Northeast Africa. We know where Northeast Africa is, such as Nubia, right? And the Northern Horn of Africa. Members of this population, right, did not come from somewhere else. Where's the somewhere else? Like the Levant, some damn else. But were descendants, watch this, but were descendants of the long-term inhabitants of these portions of Africa going back. What are the areas again? Let me show you the areas again. Let me show you all the areas again. El Dabari, make sure y'all got it. Look, El Dabari, as well as Nakada. All right? As well as Nubia in the Northern Horn of Africa. They are the areas. How do we know that these are all the areas? Because when you go back here and your reading comprehension is on high, you go back here, right? See how I'm doing it? Each sentence, built on each sentence. In any case, geographical setting of the foundational developments of ancient Egyptian history, in fact, lay in the lands well south of the single lake northern site considered in a genetic article. I think that's 134 Egyptian mummies. It say these lands extend from several hundred kilometers south of the confluence, right? White Nile, that would take you down to Khartoum and the Blue Nile, then rivers northward to the archaeological sites around El Dabari in the middle thing. These are the foundational areas. Now let me get a map of fucking Africa. Let's see. Horn of Africa. Let's see. Let me get here for y'all. Let me see. Yeah, they playing. They don't think they just made this shit up. And it's hard that we got to do all this, yo. And it don't make no sense, man. That we even got to go through all that, yo. Like, why would we have to go through all this, yo? Who's really playing these games? Who's really doing this? Hold on. Let me get here. Why are they doing this, man? I don't even know why, yo. Hold on. Wait 1 second. Let me get here. Let me find that. All right, here you go. Here go the horn. All right, this is the Horn of Africa. Let me show you the thing right here. Let me show you these whole areas right here. And they want to pick the Nubians and make them look like the damn Nubians. When it actually ain't what it's saying. Here go the Horn of Africa. Y'all can see it, right? All right. So right here, when you read it, they're actually talking about the northern portion. So up here, it's the northern portion of the Horn of Africa. That would be the southern portion right there. So they basically saying that this area right there, this is Upper Egypt. Y'all can split it in half. This boat. That's Upper Egypt. Let's see the river, the country. So they saying this large stretch of area around here to the northern tip of the Horn of Africa, that these people kind of coalesce with each other right there. That's what they saying. I don't know if y'all can actually see my pointer, but man, that ain't got why they pick the Nubians? They're not saying they look like the Nubians. It's not what they're saying. But this dude living in Canada made it seem like they were saying they look like the Nubians. It's not what they said. They just said that the cranial material from all these areas, they just coalesce with each other, basically. That's the closest. And the surrounding areas. These are the surrounding areas right here. That's all it said. Meaning that the cranial material wouldn't have been up here, and the Levant wouldn't have matched them. But these people, they played a game by saying the Nubians. See how they misunderstood that? And then Jabari was yelling and screaming to the top of his damn voice with that. This is wild to me. So now we see that they really can't read. Now we get it. That they not comprehending what they actually reading there. That's not saying that the people, yeah, I'm saying, look like Nubians. They said that all of them share, you know, some affinities with each other in that area. Northern part of the Horn, Nakata. Let me show you what Nakata is. Look. Hold on. Nakata culture, Nakata. Let's see where Nakata is located at. We gotta learn. They make you relearn geography, yo. If you ain't on geography, you're gonna get got, yo. Where's Nakata located? It's located. Here you go, Nakata right here. It's located. Location in Egypt. So those two sites, like I said, is actually located in Upper Egypt, y'all. All right. Simple. Location, Upper Egypt. They basically saying the Egyptians come from these areas right here. Nakata, the Bari, that they always been in these areas. Of course, we understand that. Because we understand they came out of the damn Green Sahara. Boop. We understand they come out of the Western Desert, which is down here to the west. That's why I say learn longitude and latitude, y'all. They can't get you once you understand the map. Let me see if hold on. All that's Egypt. That's the delta up there. You see these blue lines, those different, that's the delta, different, the marsh area, right? And let me find that site real fast. I'm gonna drop the link. Anybody want to add something to it? Don't come up here with a wild conversation, man. Seriously, yo. Come up here with some intellect and some intelligence, yo. Yeah, and he did way too much to get over that. So let me see right here. Let me see. Egyptian. Let me see. All right. First, here you go. DNA from ancient Egyptian mummies reveal clues about. All right, that's the one right here. This is the article that we fought over this article, man. People overusing it, people underusing it, people messing it up, all that. Here you go, the first genome. People not even knowing this, you know what I mean? The Max Planck used it, but it's all that. All right, here you go, right here, y'all. Look, this is how we're gonna do this. Look, this is what the book Christopher Eric was talking about. He was talking about this. This is Max Planck Institute right here. Close genetic relationship between the Egyptians and ancient population to the Near East. El Fayum, right? The Oasis. Let me see if I can make this bigger. All right, man. The map showing the archaeological site of Absir el Malik in orange. See it? All right. And that's the mummies. That's the site. I want to do this a little bit better for y'all so y'all can actually hear. I want to get this so y'all can see it. El Basir. Okay. All right. Let me get here. Let me see. All right. That's in the Journal of Nature. You know, we got our subscription. We can go right to our subscription. Journal of Nature. Ancient Egyptian mummy genome suggests increased sub-Saharan African ancestry in post-Roman periods. Okay. Yeah, y'all stuck. Oh, man, if it ain't the sub-Saharan African, they ain't African. Y'all stuck with that one. All right, here you go. Nice big map. Nice big map here, ladies and gentlemen. See? I can actually download the shit. Yeah, I ain't spending time. Spend that money. Yeah, I can get the paper. Y'all can spend your money, man. Make it big for y'all. Boop, 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 boop. There you go. Y'all see the delta up there? Y'all see X marks the spot? Right there. Y'all see the now? Right? This is where the samples was taken. And that book was basically saying that, you know, why would you just take a sample from there when you got all this down here with the history? But the funny part about this actual article tells you not to apply that DNA evidence as the whole of the Egyptian culture. Let me see if I can find that. So that's why I felt like he miscategorized it. Let me do it again here, y'all. Want to be looking at it here. There you go. See, all the way up there, El Giza, Cairo, right? You see the Suez Canal, okay? You see the Fayum. See where the X is, right up here. So basically, when I was reading the book to you, you were saying, you know, why would they take a sample from here and apply it to all of Egypt, right? That'd be like taking a sample from Boston at a certain time period and say that was the original population. We got that. But this didn't actually do that. And it says it right here in the article. It say, don't do that. Let me see if I can find that. That's going to be hard for me to find that. God damn it. Let me see. Let me come to a conclusion. Watch this. All right, let me see. Let me see if I can get it. Let me see. Frequent base. They don't do it. We average. Oh, man. Hold on. Nuclear sequencing. Sequence nuclear captured. Man, where's that statement at, man? I ain't gonna be able to find it right now. I'm gonna definitely come back and redo this. This is easy work. But it tell you, don't do that. Oh, found it. Ha ha. 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 Got him, coach. Put me in the damn game. This with Christopher Eric runs off the rails a little bit. The trans-Saharan slave trade may have been particularly important. I want y'all to go read the whole damn thing so y'all don't get cut and paste. It say, as it moved between 6 to 7 million sub-Saharan African slave northern span of 1,250 years, reaching its high point in the 19th century. Now watch this. However, we note that all our genetic data were obtained from a single site in Middle Egypt and may not be representative. See that? For all of ancient Egypt. I told you, why didn't Christopher Eric say that? He didn't say it. See, Jabari and them don't got this. They don't read like we read. We ferocious readers around here. That's what we do. We kill pseudos. So I can read a book and tell they hedging, they ain't really explaining what the damn article was saying. It's right here. We note that all our genetic data, so they telling you, we note that all our genetic data obtained from a single site in Middle Egypt and may not be representative of all of ancient Egypt. It say it is possible that populations in the south of Egypt were more closely related to those of Nubia and had a higher sub-Saharan genetic component. Watch this. In which case, the argument for an influx of sub-Saharan ancestry after the Roman period might only be partially valid and have to be nuanced. Throughout the pharaonic history, there was intense interaction between Egypt and Nubia, ranging from trade to conquest and colonialism, and there is compelling evidence for ethnic complexity within the households, with Egyptian men marrying Nubian women and vice versa. It say clearly, watch this, we killing them. Clearly, more genetic studies on ancient human remains from the southern Egypt and Sudan are needed before an apodictic statements can be made. Let's look at the word. They never look up words for y'all. They don't. Why don't they look up words? Because it goes against real teaching. Apodictic. Let's look it up. No, come on, man. Let me do this then. Come on, man. Come on, man.
Apodictic.
Apodictic. Clearly established or beyond dispute. I told y'all they flim-flamming, yo. I even catch Christopher Eric playing around. They said we cannot make apodictic statements, meaning clearly established or beyond dispute. They said it's not clearly beyond dispute. And I argue with dudes, you know what I'm saying, that was on the pseudo killers about this. That be Cheffenel, and I forgot the other one name. Sudan are needed for before apodictic statements can be made. See that, y'all? But that ain't what this dude is saying over here in this particular book, right? Jabari and none of them understand none of this because they don't read. So this is the actual genetic article. Here you go. This is the book. Back to the book again, right? Look, let me see if I can find it so y'all know. Ancient Africa, there is not previously centuries. Western scholarship, okay, betrayed, okay, people, boom, 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 boom. These old notions rooted as this self-racist assumption. We know all that. The older ideas do linger on, though, and scholars from other fields of study, not versed in the newer findings and the older Egyptologists as well, may still presume those views. There is, for example, a recent genetic article posing that Egyptians were of Levantian background. See? But those findings come from a solitary northern late ancient Egyptian local site dating more than 2,000 years after the foundation period of ancient Egypt and located in the area of Egypt that had by that time a history of more than 1,000 years of recurrent immigration of individuals and communities from the Levant into Egypt. These immigrants include, amongst other communities, of artisans and producers of valued goods, settlements encouraged by the rulers of Egypt. Military invasion of the Hyksos coming from the Levant. I don't think the Hyksos didn't come from the Levant based off of new findings. It say in these 7th century BCE and their rule for more than a century over large parts of northern Egypt would also have brought an additional genetic background of the Levant background into those northern Egyptian regions. See, the level of disconnect between the proposals made in this particular genetic article, they didn't actually do it. See what I'm saying? Egyptian population is the same as to examine the DNA from the human remains in the late 19th century cemetery in South Boston, Massachusetts, and then concluded from a localized time-bound sample that the Americas have been basically are basically of Irish descent, and that the founders of the United States in the 18th century would have been primarily Irish too. That ain't what the article did, y'all. And I just read it to y'all. That ain't what it did. What the article did was it told you don't do it. So he's acting like they did. The article here is right here say don't make apodictic statements and explain it. And I just read it to you. I'm not going to read that to y'all no more. But y'all can definitely get this and see what I'm saying. So no. Fee, fi, fo, fum. I smell the blood of the pseudo ones. They playing with y'all. They not reading like this. They can't put it together for real. They joking. They supposed to be college level professors, man. Ain't no way they doing it like this, yo. I mean, yo, they look like the Nubians. That ain't what that said, yo. It named a large stretch of areas, and I showed you the large stretch of areas and say they parallel with the dental records. Why would they play? Let me say the dental records, and what else they say? What else he say? The physical anthropology findings from the major burial sites of those founding locales. Now, I told you what the founding locales was of ancient Egypt in the 4th millennium, notably El Dabari and Nakada, show no indebtedness to the Levant. So don't forget those two sites. They reveal instead a population with cranial, talking about what? Who's the they? Look, Yeah, man, this is getting on my nerves. Yo. I swear, yo, why they do? That's why I can't stand them dudes, yo, because they play too much, yo. Play too much, yo. El Dabari, Middle Kingdom. Furthermore, north, it was this vast stretch of land, not the northern areas, the later Egyptian history that constitute the foundational cultural regions of the cultural heartlands of Egypt. It say the physical anthropological findings from the major burial sites of those founding locales of ancient Egypt in the 4th millennium BC, notably anthropological findings, physical anthropological findings from the major burial sites of those founding locales of ancient Egypt in the 4th millennium BCE, notably El Dabari as well as Nakada, show no demographic indebtedness to the Levant. What's the they talking about? They talking about El Dabari and Nakada. I had to argue with these fools, man. They reveal instead a population with cranial. What's the they? I'm gonna go back again. The they would be El Dabari as well as Nakada. I was trying to tell them. I swear I was trying to tell them, yo. I swear I was trying to tell them. They reveal instead a population with cranial and dental features with the closest parallels to those of other, now they saying other, long-time populations of the surrounding areas of northeast Africa, such as, so they add on to the they. What's the they? The they is El Dabari as well as Nakada. They add on to it now, such as Nubia and the northern horn of Africa. Members of this population did not come from somewhere else. We already talked about how Nakada and El Dabari didn't come, no debt to the Levant. They didn't come from somewhere else, but were descendants of the long-term inhabitants of these portions of Africa. What's the portions? The ones near the Blue Nile, the confluence, right? Talking about rivers. El Dabari, Nakada, Nubian, and northern horn of Africa. That's what the hell this is talking about. But them niggas lied. There you go. Got him. Yeah, bro. We on fire. We smoking. You know how long I read that book front and back? Ben knew all that. They can't even put it together. They can't access genetic articles. They can't do none of that, bro. I ain't never said nothing less than what that book said. Never. Never have ever said that.
You do understand that book just said that the people look like Northeast Africans, and it just mentioned black countries filled with black people. That's what it said they look like.
Did it say? It didn't say nothing about black people. You're saying.
Well, you don't. Yeah. But we know they are black. We know that. We know that the people of Djibouti. We know that the people of Ethiopia. We know the people of the Horn of Africa are black people. We know that. Horners are black.
Okay, so hold on. Let's stick with this though, so we can agree that it didn't say they look like Nubians though. It just said that they all coalesce in this area. That's what it said though. And they owe nothing to the Levant. Can we agree to that?
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
That's cool.
All I'm saying. So then why this? Let me share my screen. Why this? Why this? And you know we fight forever. Then why this? Look.
Right, whether it was for the Levant or not, I mean,
it
both populations would be what we call black populations. So
okay, that's fine.
The entire Fertile Crescent, the Nile is all basically one population.
All right, man, go for it. Yo. That's your. I do not agree with none of that you just said. No.
The Fertile Crescent begins with the Nile, right?
No.
Fertile Crescent follow the Nile out, follow all the way up through into the Fertile Crescent.
Nah, you made that up. That's the Bible.
That's not Bible at all. That's regular archaeology.
They do not. There no archaeologists connect none of them.
Yeah, that's the regular path of. Yeah, that's the path of
Fertile Crescent is the Fertile Crescent, man. I ain't messing with you, man, with that.
Okay. Well, you don't know how the Fertile Crescent even existed. You don't understand it.
I don't understand it. Maybe you can help us. I don't mind.
I just told you.
So they all black people, right?
It's fed from the Nile. That's how the civilization spread out, out, following the Nile through the north into the Levant. That's how
yeah.
that's how
Early,
the Crescent is fertilized. It's
yeah.
fertilized by the Nile.
You mixing up shit.
So those populations, yeah, we know. I mean, and even, you know, as I always try to say with you, really you got to understand when they try to make the claim of putting white people in this area, they first have to say when they think white people popped up on the planet, and then how they get from where they were at into Egypt. Start there for them. Don't put them in Africa like us. We're African. We don't have to fight to be there. We don't have to explain why we're in Africa.
2 hours.
Non-Africans, they need to explain how they got there first. All this just putting them there and debating. No, how'd you get there? When'd you get there? That's important to the story. And that's the part they never even want to get into.
Oh, they never want to get into.
The ones that trying to make the claim, they have a look. But we know we could look it up. You know, more than white people, we can look up what they look like. And we know that it's a timeline for them. And their timeline doesn't go back far enough to even be around when the.
All right, we playing the clips. Furthermore, they took me a whole 45 minutes before he asked that question again about what confluence meant after he read that. That's damn near 45 minutes. I don't know what the hell the man was talking about. Well, here we go. The location where Egypt is in the area of confluence. It intersects 3 continents. Oh shit! Now, if the Egyptians was like the people on the Andes Island, when you ran up on them, they still got spears because they have been isolated, right, for 2, 3, 5,000 years. Shit! Hold on, man. Damn it! Hold on. God damn. Funny guys here, boy. Bunch of nuts. At least you can read, yo. I ain't even mad at you. I ain't never seen you not read. I didn't even see you bring on. I'm like, that's a good article right there. We read it together. I'm like, okay. Yes, they doing it on, they scamming, yo. Definitely scamming, bro. Here you go. We gotta mute that. All right, here we go. She talked about why you raising your hand. That's distracting, Jabari. Stop distracting. Let me finish my point. You're not in school. You're not in class. That is a distraction. Holding your hand like this in the middle of me talking, and you do that on purpose.
Is distracting you?
Yes, it is because it's like you ain't got no damn sense.
I hope that you have a better.
Yes. Let me finish my point.
I'm raising my hand because I want to.
Okay, but an intellectual would not do this.
What?
Yeah, intellect would not do that. You would let me finish my point. Yeah, I got the all that shit popping in and nigga standing like this with his hands raised. When have you ever seen 2 people in a cordial conversation raise their hand in the middle of somebody talking? See, y'all didn't know that's a tactic right there. Y'all let that slide. That's a tactic. He's right here, and because it means I want to speak. So he does it silently, but he's still interrupting me because I'm saying, man, he's trying to speed me up. Bro, knock it off. Let me finish. It's crazy how he do that. Then act like he don't know what he's doing. And then Reggie diving with the fun shit with the 2 hands. It's just a lot, yo. Here we go. And let me finish what I'm saying. I'm going to wrap it up.
Nope, you're not.
My point is that you got plenty of people with PhDs of African descent in anthropology that do not agree with y'all.
Yep.
What I want y'all to do is go find them and bring them on here to say what y'all saying. The lady totally disagreed with everything y'all saying, but this is what I've learned. When a pseudo is on their way out the door and dying, the last thing they say is, they saying what I'm saying. Jabari, I would not even be engaged in this conversation if y'all was saying what I was saying. How is it that all of a sudden the experts are saying what y'all was saying? That is a wild thing y'all doing right now. So all this, the Africans, the mixed DNA and all that, Jabari, they've been mixing DNA since 300,000 years in Africa. There has not been a time in the history of Africa when they wasn't mixed. And oh, by the way, now, this is something for the people, right? Based off of the location where Egypt is, it's in the area of confluence. It intersects 3 continents. Now, if the Egyptians was like the people on the Andes Island, when you ran up on them, they still got spears because they have been isolated, right, for 2, 3, 5,000 years, then you may be on point. You may be on point. But in reality, the Egyptians never was isolated. They wasn't isolated before they became Egyptians, and they wasn't isolated after they became Egyptians. And so the real statement is this, that the populations in the Nile Valley right now fundamentally, they're more closer to the ancient ones than anybody on planet Earth. Y'all looking for a fake population. A fake population would be a population that you would go back at 2500 BCE, freeze them up, and bring them forward. That's not how population works. Populations are very fluid. The population is there now. They're still African. Yes, they have mixing, but they never acquiesce to a faulty premise. What's the faulty premise? I'm gonna end with this. The faulty premise is that there is a such thing called a pure African. No such thing. Diop's messed that up right there, and y'all messing that up. With that, yo, I appreciate that. But I ain't never been nobody coward. Smash the one fumbling, bumbling in front of the experts. And since he ran his mouth, I'm going to play. Hey, Sarnetta, I'm going to send you that clip. When he got on there and started rapping, I was like, dog, just ask the question. Yo, why you rapping? Ask the question. Have some heart. Say, is Egyptians black? Ask that real question. I ain't seen it yet. Jabari, am I wrong when I say they're saying that Nile Valley Africans said they called themselves black people? That is actually a racialized statement. Am I right or wrong, Jabari?
You're wrong.
Nope.
Okay, I'm done. I'm out of here. Hey, Saul.
Jabari, you want to go first?
Yes, I'd like to go first.
Okay, go first. Because I like to talk tough and say nothing.
Appreciate you, Saul.
No, don't run, bro.
Don't run.
I ain't got time. I got to work on my book.
Oh, that's
I give y'all 5 more minutes. I give you 5 more minutes to hit a fumble bumble. Tell me to answer my direct question on that statement. Can we deal with that statement? The super say cool and super Jabari, can we deal with that racialized statement that was made about being black at 1930s? Can we talk about that like gentlemen, yes or no? Make it make sense.
I think you've said a lot. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to respond to what you said.
Yeah, please.
What I'm going to try to do, in fact, I'm trying to put it on my slide so you can actually read along with me right now. What I'd like to do, I'm doing this on the fly, so forgive me, but it's going to take just another 30 seconds.
I was hoping to read along with them. When I tell somebody, look, let's read along together, I'm thinking we actually read along together. We reading together, right? We're going to read it together. If it's something I don't understand, we're going to stop and we're going to, because we're reading along. Well, maybe it means something else. When somebody say, yo, come on, yo, let's read this together, yo, I'm thinking we actually reading along together. You know how we do on this show when we read along together. What is this saying? We discuss. Yeah, he made it seem like that I was cutting. Dude, we read along, right? Can we do that? It's not going to happen. There's an agenda going on here.
You've actually said that the book that we're reading, that we read, does not say what we are saying. And
you said what? You said what, Jabari?
So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to show you where you're wrong. That's what
So he flim-flamming. What I said was that the book didn't use the word black. And I just showed y'all how the book didn't use the word black. I didn't say that that book didn't say what they were saying as far as the other stuff. And by the way, we see how they messed that up. But my question was clear early. I don't even feel like going back to that part. When I say, yo, that book right there, yo, does it use the word black people in there? That's what I was saying. See how he slipped it in real quick? Scamming.
I'm going to do. Because what I want you to do is recognize that what we are saying is.
And I always catch y'all, hey, Sunchild, I'm going to read what you said from the chat. Here it goes. Sunchild says, well, hold on. Sunchild says, Sunchild, Unc's last book was 28 pages. Sunchild, I think it was actually 29. I gave y'all 3 empty pages to write some notes. You're right, though, Sunchild. Was that a joke, Sunchild? 28 pages, yo. Let me make sure. Y'all be scamming. Yeah, it was 23, 25, plus 25, 26, 27. And 2 pages so y'all can write notes. Then the old one Yep. Yeah. Yeah. You gave me 2 pages more. It's only 25 now. Stop scamming, Suntan. Not Suntan. Sunchild. Lying. Here we go. Gotta be petty.
Is what the folks who have written this. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna make this move. Let me fade it out. Good. Uh-oh. Give me 1 second. Add, fade. Good. Okay. Because what I want you to do is I want you to read it with me. Part of what ends up happening in these debates is what ends up happening is we actually say that something says something. We say it doesn't say something. And the person that actually has said it is not actually page 84 and 85. What the person that actually said that it didn't say that it did needs to show that it doesn't.
Go Trojans.
Now let me say this to you. First of all, Ankh is trying to insult us by saying that we are using the word black. That black is a word that is antiquated, that fits more with the Jim Crow South. Yet he's the real black atheist. So
that ain't what I said. See how he made that shit up? I ain't never said it that way. This nigga is a triple talker. Triple talker. I ain't never said that. What I said was to use the word black people and saying that the Egyptians referred to themselves as black people at 3000 BCE is an anachronism. That's what I said. I never said that we shouldn't use the word black, and that's if we use the word black, that that's old and outdated. Shut up with that lie. See what I'm saying? See, anybody been watching this channel know. And I'm saying, yo, if we having a intellectual conversation, yo, why I gotta do that like that, yo? Why I gotta misrepresent what I'm saying? What's the premise behind that? What's the game behind that? See, that's y'all Mayatin priesthood. See, that's y'all quote unquote scholar. That's y'all champion. Uh-oh. Yeah. Yeah. So you got to get petty with these dudes. You got to break down everything they say.
I don't understand how when we are contrasting what has been said and actually saying what he used to say, now we should be offended because we're saying what he used to say before he got himself turned around. So let's look at what Christopher Ehret says. What he says is even more powerful than the term black. Listen to what he says here. Listen to what he says. I want you to read what he says.
Oh man! So you got
he's not saying listen. I didn't interrupt you.
Yeah, he didn't cut you off.
I did not interrupt.
The hand serves as the same thing.
No, the hand was me raising my hand saying that I wanted to speak. That's it.
No, go ahead.
That's it. And if you want to raise your hand, you can. It doesn't distract me. So look, this is what is said on pages 84 and 85 in this book, Ancient Africa, A Global History from 300 CE, Christopher Ehret. It would be weaker for him to just say the ancient Kemetic people are black. Listen to what he says. Does he agree with Ankh and say that the people that are there are always the people that were there? Listen to what he says. In any case, the geographical setting of the foundational development.
I gotta stop it whenever he started to lie. Y'all heard me break down what populations were. I never said that the exact same people that was the ancient people is the exact same people that was there today. See how he lied? You know why? I don't even know if he lied. I just don't think he actually comprehends. I don't even actually think he knows where the population is. So y'all know me and Garfield had an interview with a geneticist, right? And we had a great conversation. And I brought up this book right here. He said, yeah, read that. That's a great read right there. Read that. Quality work. So in this quality work, it explains to you what the population is. Y'all know we use this. Y'all got to pay $90 for it, though. Huh. Here we go. Just showing y'all. For all y'all that thought. There's somebody in here that was in. Let me see. Yeah, Zoo. Oh, man. Got to get you. Oh, y'all lit in arrows? We ain't lit. Oh, man. You're out of there with the arrow, bro. Going back, killing all the arrows in the chat. If you got an arrow, it's out of there. You can't even sneak one arrow in. Zoo. Every time you throw the arrow, I'm shooting you, Zoo. All day. All day. Here we go. Now, hey, Master, you made that up, bro. You made that up, yo. I don't know what it was you thought I didn't say, Master, but you don't understand. So you can hit the link and we can continue on our lines of our intelligent conversation so that you would know what I said, bro, because you know I don't play. And as a matter of fact, at this point, I don't know when you came in on the video, I think you know they're in trouble. I don't even think you got the heart to hit the link no more. You know you're my man. I don't think you got the heart to hit the panel. I don't think, because I don't actually think you understand it. I don't think you get it, bro. I've never said that the Egyptians wasn't indigenous Africans. I've never said that. What I said was very clear, that using the racialized term to define who the ancient Egyptians was something they did not do. That's what I said. We did classes on what black meant to the Egyptians and what black meant to African Americans, and we did all the in between, so nobody could come on here and say that. Here we go. I dropped that link. If you're feeling jumpy, right? If you think you got an intelligent something to say, then say it. Don't be in the chat hiding. I wouldn't expect you to understand. Why did you bring us here? I didn't bring you anywhere. You decided to come. Finish my points here. Here we go.
Developments of ancient Egyptian society, in fact, lay in the lands well south of the single late northern site considered in the genetic article. Do I have to read more?
Yeah.
Or are you going to take me down right now?
Yeah, I thought you wanted me to read.
Let's go. That was a rhetorical question, brother. It was a rhetorical question.
I thought you said we was going to read it together.
It does not demand your response. Here we go.
I thought we would read it together, Jabari.
Brother, stop. These lands extended from several
brother, stop. Sound like I ain't gonna say it, yo.
And the
thought we was gonna read together, Jabari. I guess not.
Abai or Blue Nile rivers northward to the archaeological sites of El Badari.
All right, hold on, let me get it right.
In Middle Egypt, 1,500 kilometers farther north. It was this vast stretch of land and not the northern areas of later Egyptian history that constituted the foundational cultural regions, foundational cultural regions and the cultural heartland of ancient Egypt. The physical anthropological findings from the major burial sites of those founding locales in ancient Egypt in the north. Come on. In the fourth millennium BCE, notably El Badari, as well as Nagada, show no demographic indebtedness to the Levant. They reveal instead a population with cranial and dental features with closest parallels to those of longtime populations of the surrounding areas of Northeast Africa, such as Nubia and the northern Horn of Africa. Members of this population did not come from somewhere else, but were descendants of the long-term inhabitants of these portions of Africa going back many millennia. He is saying to you that the foundational cultures of Kemet, the people of Kemet, come from the south in Nubia and the Horn of Africa, Ethiopia, Somalia.
See what I'm saying? That ain't what that man said. See, we just read all that. He didn't just say that the foundation population came from Nubia and farther south. That ain't what the book said. See how he cut and paste, y'all? Now y'all got my damn point. That ain't what he said. What he said was he named 4 different sites: Dabari, Nakata, Nubia, right? And the area of confluence of the White Nile and the Blue Nile. That's what he said. See how he played that game, yo? See? He didn't read the shit. He read it, but he couldn't read. Say, Cool did it, and this dude did it. And he's supposed to be a college professor. So they letting anybody be a damn college professor these damn days, huh? Huh. Let me run it back. Make sure I ain't tripping.
Blue Nile rivers northward to the archaeological sites of El Badari in Middle Egypt, 1,500 kilometers farther north. It was this vast stretch of land and not the northern areas of later Egyptian history that constituted the foundational cultural regions, foundational cultural regions and the cultural heartland of ancient Egypt. The physical anthropological findings from the major burial sites of those founding locales in ancient Egypt in the north. Come on. In the fourth millennium BCE, notably El Badari, as well as Nagada, show no demographic indebtedness to the Levant. They reveal instead a population with cranial and dental features with closest parallels to those of longtime populations of the surrounding areas of Northeast Africa, such as Nubia and the Northern Horn of Africa. Members of this population did not come from somewhere else, but were descendants of the long-term inhabitants of these portions of Africa going back many millennia. Mm-hmm. He is saying to you that the foundational cultures of Kemet, the people of Kemet, come from the south in Nubia and the Horn of Africa, Ethiopia, Somalia. Mm-hmm. He is not saying that the people that are there now phenotypically or culturally represent ancient Kemet. This is even more powerful than simply talking about their phenotype. He's saying that and I want you to be clear, he is also talking about phenotype. Notice he said they reveal instead a population with cranial and dental features with closer parallels. In other words, that's what we could say is a phenotype. He's saying their phenotype is similar to those in Nubia, Somalia, Eritrea, Ethiopia. That's what he said.
Now, you know we agree to that. Now, you know we agree to that right there. We agree. Do y'all want to pull up some people from Eritrea? How about Ethiopia? Let's look at the inhabitants. Let me stop. Y'all don't want us to pull up that.
Yeah, pull up the Joba.
Nah, stop it, yo. He ain't talking about them, yo.
The Ethiopian, they're the native Ethiopian.
He ain't talking about them. You know it. You know it, and I know it.
Why not? They're Ethiopian.
You're not talking about them, man.
You talking about you want to pick one?
Nah, we're gonna show all of them then. But hold on, let me finish. You're gonna pick the ones in the
saying here. I question, brother, whether you read this book.
We gon'
This is from pages 84 and 85 in the book. If you have
can we do what you promised, then can we read it together?
Wait, I'm not finished yet, brother.
And then we're gonna read it together, right? Like you promised.
I'll stop.
No, I want to read it together. Like
So what you're going to do if you get this book?
I got the book. No, I got the book, nigga.
Turn it right side up. Turn it right side up.
No, I want it upside because you read it upside down. What you just did was upside down. So I want to do this with you.
So what you need to do when you read the book is understand that Christopher Ehret is saying that ancient Kemetic society comes from the south. It comes from the area around Sudan. It comes from the area around Ethiopia. It comes from the area around Eritrea, Ethiopia, Somalia. That is what this scholar is saying.
Still wrong.
So he's not making, I don't know who's speaking. So if you are making an argument, I want you to understand that is what the article says. That's what the book says. And that's the same thing that we hear from Dr. Caraconi. The scholars are now agreeing with Sekou, agreeing with Jabari, agreeing with Reggie, agreeing with Smash. I want you to find an article, find a source that says that ancient Kemetic society is exactly, let's even go phenotypically, that the phenotype of ancient Kemet today is the same phenotype as it is in the ancient world. And let's read the sources. Let's read the sources and say, well, how did they come to this conclusion? Because the experts are now agreeing with us. And I know that you said at one point that I'm trying to insult us
never changed.
by using the term. I'm gonna ask you to get kicked out in a second if you can't wait. Because if you're gonna speak over me, you're gonna have to
crazy,
leave.
Man. Can you kick him out? He's disrespectful.
You're gonna have to leave.
Yeah, he is of no value. Get rid of him.
Get him out.
So what I'm saying,
he has a hat on his head like a moped.
What I'm saying to you is,
so they're gonna throw the only real Egyptian out. They actually threw the only real Egyptian out off the panel. Hell no. Hell to the no, man. Anyway, man, I think I did enough of this. All right. Anybody want to jump on, man, and add to it? That's funny. Yeah, so you see what he was saying, and you see what the book actually said. It's crazy, yo, how they do that. It's crazy. I ain't read the book, man. I had them parts already highlighted because I understood the mistake he was making in the DNA article. And I was like, that's interesting. Let me read that. Interesting there. I didn't know he was going to jump on that and cut and paste y'all like a Baptist minister preacher and put in the old thing. Go back and watch the whole show and y'all can see exactly what I'm talking about, man. It's wild how they do that, yo. You know what? I don't know if he's a real doctor. I don't know about all that. I can just read, what his daggone degree say on the wall. Y'all seen that, right? Y'all ain't see that degree in that man wall. I don't know if it's real. I don't know. I don't know what he is. I have no idea. Yeah, Montois. Yeah, waste of time for you, bro, because you can't read, my man. My man. Hey, man, I appreciate everybody coming through, man. I dropped that link. Y'all want to come? We're going to get off here, man. We had a good one today, yo. All right. Yeah. Clear. Somebody playing with y'all, man. Somebody misreading the material, man. Yeah, they probably shouldn't do that, yo. Yeah, they probably shouldn't do that, yo. Because when they do that, yo, they mess up the whole thing. They got us running backwards, messing up African history and African American history, yo. Messing it up. So, we want to make sure we solid in what we do, yo. All right. All y'all is running y'all mouth. Y'all know what it is. Did y'all think Jabari read those sentences right, which he didn't? Right? South where? South in Egypt. Right? The area of confluence of the rivers. That is that large swatch of area. That's what that man was talking about. Never said they look like the damn Nubians. Never said that. What he said was that they dental records, all that was parallel to that. That's what he said. That not just Nubia, but the other areas too. He mentioned all these areas. Jabari framed it real nice, and he made y'all think that the civilization came from Nubia, when in actuality, civilization, parts of it came from the area of confluence of the river, and parts of it came from inside of Egypt before it was called Egypt in the western areas. We can simply study coming out of the Green Sahara, and we'll understand that. I see you 2.0. Yep. Appreciate that, bro. All right. So that's where we at, man. We learning. We doing it. Leave Reggie get your point in, Reggie. What, Reggie? What's up?
Well, good morning, Unc.
Good
Good
morning. I
morning.
got a couple minutes. What's up?
Good morning, pseudo killers. Good morning, Unc.
It's
Good
the
morning,
community skeptics,
community of skeptics.
powered by the pseudo killers. What's up?
Yeah, so I wasn't wrong.
What's up, though? What's good?
Yeah, so I do want to make a few points. Well, I wasn't really invited to that panel. You know, I had to get my 2 cents in.
They wouldn't let you.
Yeah,
You don't
and
tell the truth.
yeah, well,
'Cause you read the book. You was the first one that did the show on the book. Remember that, Reggie?
yeah, I was the first person to do the show on the book. And that was part of the argument, but the argument was essentially, you know, what the ancient Egyptians called themselves. Did they or did they not call themselves the translated word black from Kim? So, well, you know, I mean, again, you held your ground, but the only way in which we can determine this is really reading the text and the language. Then we can have an idea of what they call. So, except for Smash, the other people argue, you know, points outside of the direct issue. The issue is, what did the ancient Egyptians call themselves? And they called themselves Kim. And if we believe that the Meta Neter was deciphered, then that word is dark and black. But in my reading, it means sacred dark and sacred black. In my reading of the text, right, closely related to the cattle cult of Apis, which is Kim. And so I think that's where the point is. And so I think a lot of the points was, you know, they were interesting points, and I brought those points up. But the main point is, what did they call themselves? So I think we can agree they called themselves Kim, right? Or Kemet, right?
No,
I think,
no. As relating to the whole population, no, didn't do that.
okay, well,
now individuals, they may have had that, but no expert I've talked to, I talked to 10 of them, none of them agreed that they was calling themselves black people.
Well, Kim, see, you just keep throwing in black.
You have a few names. You have a few names.
Yeah, well, Tawi is the name of the 2 lands. Hinawu is the name of a place called the residence. The issue is, what is the name that we best can say is Egyptians? That is what we would be dealing with. And I'm being cool. I'm being nice, you know me. We can have lunch. We talk, right?
Yeah, I ain't say nothing. This whole conversation today wasn't about that. It was about how Jabari tried to act like all of a sudden I'm saying that the Egyptians come from anywhere else but that. That's a damn lie, and he made that shit up. And I'm saying it's not good for the people. It's not good for the people, bro.
So
I
how
used
come
the
you didn't drill down?
I
How
used the
come you
Boston
didn't drill
Museum.
down?
I did, but I'm in the middle of the hands raising, say cool idiot ass diving in and all that. I'm in the middle of all the foolery.
Yeah, we make each
drilled down.
other better. So
You said what? You said
I
what?
said we make each other better.
No, we don't. We only make each other better when we talk like this. That's when we.
Well, no, you gotta, on your side, it would just be better just to say, pull up the text and show me. Then you get.
Don't talk about none of that, because that's another flagrant disrespect of the rules.
Is it?
Yes.
I'm trying to help you.
Nope, you can't.
Yeah, I'm trying to help.
I know you trying to help. Let me, but by throwing it, I'm gonna let you say what I want to hear what an expert says about just using linguistics. Let me play this. Keep talking though, Reggie. You got your moment. I'm gonna find this clip. See what a black expert says about that.
Well, I think we're doing more than using linguistics. We're actually using what the texts say. That's not linguistics. The text is philology. And so that's the textual record of how they express themselves in their kingdom. So if you're going to pull up a clip about just using linguistics, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about how the word is actually used in the text. Most people, a lot of people that use linguistics or making points about, root words and comparing the ancient Egyptian language with other languages and stuff. That is, in some points, can be helpful, but that's not completely the way in which you actually do it. It's like I'm talking to Inky yesterday on the Y staff. So the Y staff means the aorta, y'all. It means the aorta. Like they was just dissecting humans, right? And they found this aorta, and now they made the aorta the Y staff because it has two bottom vessels that look like feet. And he disagrees that it's Seth or a magical animal. He disagrees because he's not using the text, because he don't go to the museums. He's not been to the land. He doesn't know the language. But our people was over there saying, Inky, even a medical person, Amon Ra McCarthy, says he likes Inky's point. So we do a lot of that. So my question to you is really methodology. How do we best determine how they use the word? How do we best do that? That's my question today. Just trying to help the audience. How do we best do it? Do we do it by pictures? Do we do it by linguistics, or we do it by collecting all the different things that they have said and understanding and trying to understand why they said the things that they say? What's the best method? That's all. That's my question today. What is the best method?
Yeah, so you basically trying to say that all these experts for the last 200 years, y'all found a method. That's crazy, bro. Nobody's actually buying that. But carry on.
No, it's not that, because I mean, I think you've talked to enough of the experts, and well, you had my questions with the last expert and the other experts. Well, I'm waiting for them to get back to me. But the question is that my hypotheses, if on the lowest level, is that they related themselves to the Apis, to the Kem, and that is how they begin to name their people at a particular time period, not the whole civilization. That's why I'm saying, not at the whole civilization, because you could have simply said, look, they just started calling themselves Kem from the 6th dynasty and more so in the 11th dynasty. So what are you talking about? What about the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th? What about the pre-dynastic period? You could have just got them out of there with that. Am I wrong?
Got them out of there with what? I'm not using none of y'all methods, yo. I'm gonna listen to the expert. I got them out of that with what I got them out of there with, yo. Because that's up in the air, that has not been verified. That's only verified with y'all, with you and Smash, dog. That's not verified with the experts that I'm talking to.
But the experts ain't God.
Listen, Reggie, I never said that. But let me play this clip right here. I don't think that any of that. Right? I'm just saying y'all got a long way to go before y'all can actually promote that as being.
No, I don't.
Okay, well, however you think it is, Rez, that's in your mind. And I'm not mad.
In my mind. The difference is it's not in my mind.
Well,
like
somewhere.
I have a it's in my writing.
It's in your writing.
It's in my writing. It's not in my mind. My writing is based on everything I say.
All right.
I quote.
Can you see this? Here we go.
That's not, that one, what is it? One monkey don't stop a show. Yeah, there you go. You gotta keep pushing, and that's the beauty of Hansberry. All these haters, all this negative energy around him, all these people saying, you don't know what he's talking about. It's like, no, Elaine Locke, you are a literature person. Go stay in your lane. This man's a historian. He's doing archaeology and anthropology. He knows what he's talking about. You don't. So, but he was like, despite all that, he kept doing the work. And so that's where we have to put on the blinders. And sometimes it may be hard.
So she's actually talking about this is Deborah Herd. She's talking about Lil Hansberry, and she talks about like anthropology, all the things that I talk about. She's saying this, okay? Evolution, all that. I'm attacking it from the same way she attacking it because I follow their work.
But I mean, we have to. So I'm letting you know this so that you know exactly what you're getting into. You got to know from straight up. Everybody's not going to follow what you have to say. There are going to be people that don't appreciate it. Your stance has to be, you have to go into this like, okay, you don't believe it. I don't care. I'm doing the work.
Right. But when there's power, there's control. So you use the example of Zaire Hawass, and everyone knows who he is. So you have someone like him that have absolute power. And so because of that, he has a certain narrative that he's enforcing on the general public. So how can we, you know, I wouldn't say make a change and make a difference, but put our work out there where people can view it. It's easily accessible for them to see.
I think that these forums, the internet, is making information more accessible to people. Of course, there's good scholarship and then there's bad scholarship.
There's good scholarship and there's bad scholarship. My job is to help you find the good scholarship and explain to you why this is bad scholarship and bring you resources so that you can determine it too. Jabari, Sekou, and them, they promote bad scholarship, misinformed information, and they mess up good scholarship because they have an agenda.
Yeah. You got to make sure that, you know, that your scholarship is part of the good scholarship, but you're also it has to be, I don't want to say it's so strong that it makes other people look. When I talk about the Nile Valley, I said, I don't talk about race. I don't get into whether they're Black, and I have to lecture in front of a bunch of white people. I'm going, if all goes well, 2 weeks from now, I'll be in Kemetic. Let's pray that it all goes well. But, and these are white people. How do I present the Nile Valley to them? I start off with Homo sapiens evolved on the African continent.
So I started off at 300,000 years on the lecture I did. Getting to the damn Nile Valley. I showed y'all sources of tools, Atarian culture on the Nile Valley. Why'd I do that? Because this is what the experts do. And I worked my way to the valley. Same thing she did when she's lecturing in front of white people, but I'm giving y'all a lecture. I'm giving y'all the information, but I get laughed and joked at when I do it. But yet, when an expert, a PhD student, right, comes out and said, now everybody quiet on that though, because none of them did that. Let us proceed.
300,000 years ago. I point to Ethiopia, and now there's evidence that there's some in North Africa. But over 300,000 years, these people populated the whole planet. Starting with the continent. So you have these migrations, and then I talk about the Green Sahara. So these people are sitting there. Okay, I also should tell you I have a law degree. So I'm laying an argument subconsciously without telling you what I want you to know. I'm leaving you breadcrumbs. So I talk about how people move from the south and they move north, and then the Sahara started drying, so they moved toward permanent water sources. So some moved to the Nile Valley, some moved to Niger, and they're seeing it. So they're like, oh, okay. So I ain't said a word. I ain't said nothing about nobody being Black, but they got the idea. It's been planted in their mind. These people came from the south and the east. Oh, they're African. And so when we go to the museum and some of the our Egyptian tour guides, they're saying, and and some of these statues have, like sub-Saharan picture, blah, 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 blah. And these white people, older white people, put aside, Deborah, okay, we won't say anything in front of him. These definitely African. Thank you. I had to say a word.
See, this was the real fight. And since y'all don't know what the real fight is, because it's been confused with a bunch of mumble jumble nonsense, right? I actually read the works of Diop's and Dr. Ben's works, yo. Right? And although at times they would interchange black with it, right? Which I disagree with, their sole purpose was to even get people from like the Boston Museum, you know what I'm saying, fine arts, to say that these people was an African people. And it was the racialization of the African continent that wouldn't even allow them to agree that they was even African. It was colonialization, misinformation on Egypt that did that. This lady's trying to turn it around. And then I get the fucking wild ass stop signs from a bunch of wild dudes messing it all up. She's telling you how to present the conversation. She's telling you what you're supposed to do when you're in a high leverage situation and you're trying to get people to understand what the Nile Valley is. It's an indigenous African culture, and we do not have to use anachronisms, which is racialized, flimflammery. Because once you do that, then you got other people can use racialized terms and say, but no, they white people. And now you right back where you started from. 12 million people enslaved because they're going to put white at the top and black at the bottom, and you right back with a complete foolery. That's not what we do in anthropology. I'm not going to say we, that's not what they do in anthropology. It's not what they do.
It is what they do.
Okay, bro, don't come off mute no more. I'm going to kick you off because that's what I do. I kick you off. Let me finish.
So sometimes you just have to present the evidence and let people draw the conclusions. Zahi Hawass is operating in a small bubble. It doesn't make sense. It's illogical.
And most people are.
So Hawass here routinely say they're not African, right? But since Hawass says he's an Egyptian, I've always taken this stance. I say that people that live in a land and understand themselves to be part of the culture have a right to determine what they say they are. Regardless of what you think the scientific term or the geographical term is, he has a right to say, no, we Egyptians. That's his right. No matter what y'all say in America, that's his right. We can't start being like white people and take away from them. This is where I just disagree. That they have the ability to self-determine who they say they are. No more different than the African American. We have the right to say we Black Americans. We have a right to say that. No one can tell us differently. And you know that's what it is. But I was actually trying to find a part where she went in.
Kind of middle finger to him. And
they don't like her. Wow.
Just because you know.
So, let me just say this about Zach. That's all. It's dollar bills. This right now. But just and don't assume that they're gonna know, because you'd be surprised at how much.
We see all the pseudo killers start coming through. I need to find where.
We face a lot of challenges if you start exposing your hand.
We know that it is a racial category. That it doesn't necessarily mean it's
Robert Clown. Let me see.
And so, it's the black nation or the black country. I believe you said country. We're trying to delve deeper into the term Kemet, and I posed the question because Joel, I know him previously from prior dialogues. And I knew I knew what his real question was, and offered a better way to ask it. And so I don't necessarily
indicate or mean that we're discussing the racial.
So then, what are you talking about? That's the point. When you're in front of the experts now, we ain't talking about the race. Now, what the world are we talking about then? Crazy.
The racial classification of the ancient Egyptians. I am just inquiring as to what the term, whether black country, black nation, black city, what could it entail? What could it refer to? We know that there's a cattle code. We know about the sacred black bulls from work done with one of our colleagues. One
of our colleagues. I didn't know you was a colleague, Reggie. Oh man, the colleague, yo, they working together hard in the archaeological digs. Let me keep.
Yeah. You got colleagues they call pseudo killers in the community of skeptics.
Yo, he framed that like y'all was getting, like y'all had a grant, yo, from the African Society to dig in Egypt. My colleagues be working on the dig. Let me stop. Okay.
Yeah,
He's showing you the utmost respect. He's very incoherent, though. Here you go. Let's see what Dr. Deborah says. PhD student.
Our family members, Brother Reggie, we've been learning about that. So we see that it's also has been stated that the black, as far as the black land, meaning the black land will refer to soil. And so, and we also know just if black is pertaining to the people, it doesn't necessarily mean that it is a racial characterization. Sorry about that. That it doesn't necessarily mean it's a racial characterization. That it could very well mean a physical description dealing with the term black. And so I just want to kind of clear my question up a little bit. And if you want to further expound, you can. And thank you again for answering my question.
Well, thank you. I think it's important to understand that the term Kemetic,
trying to get to, so that
as long
Man, I like the sister. The sister be like, yo, I know what the point you're trying to get to. All right. Joseph Ben Levy, he kind of, he talked around a little bit. But the sisters, they like to get right to it, yo. Watch how she get to it. This burning question of ours. Amongst our black academia, Leo Hansberry Foundation. What'd she say?
Stay stuck there on the Kemet means black, and the ancient Egyptians were black. We will never get beyond into the most important kinds of things, as Deborah said, they were Africans. That's it. Now, what kind of Africans were they, and what did they do, and what was their life like? What was their culture like? That's the kind of stuff we need to start dealing with and getting into. As I remember Solange was saying, it's really true. If you know the glyphs, when you're in the Nile Valley and you're walking along, you see the glyphs all around you. You see the birds, trees, stuff like that. Hopefully you never run into a crocodile, but they ain't nothing like an alligator.
Well,
stuff
that's
like
what I
that.
meant. So, not to interrupt you, but like I said, I never said that it specifically referred to the people. What I said was like we have the cattle code.
Hey, Joseph Ben Levy got a serious library right there, yo. Now that's a serious library right there. He got some serious reads right there, yo. Just to let y'all know.
It has the sacred black bull, the Apis bull, that we've been discussing with one of our friends, one of our brothers, who's been delving into that work. So when we're dealing with the term, we're not, like I said, I'm not necessarily speaking about the people. So that's why I asked, why I offered that suggestion to Joelle to ask specifically what her inclination or what her insight was to what the term meant.
Right. Okay, I get you then. I respect that. And of course, the sacred black bull is important, but you know, the person on here whom I've learned the most about when it comes to cattle culture in the Now Valley, as somebody who's done a lot of studying on it, and that's Shayla. And I'm not trying to pass this off to
Yeah, Shayla does a great job on those cattle cultures, y'all. Learned a lot from her too.
Anything like that. But you know, I always look at who are the people who really do this thing and really know a lot about it. You know, I understand the sacredness of the bull, but you know, what about the sacred cow horns that exist around all the tumuli and stuff like that? What does that mean? What does that represent? What type?
Represent them boys had a lot of bread, because those cattle was definitely worth, had a value to them. And when them ancient Nubians was showing they burial sites with all that, them kings had a lot of bread, man. Yep. And big up to the Leo Hansberry Foundation, man. Big up to these experts, man. They look like us, man. Big up, man, for even letting us on the panel. We see we got pseudo killers all on that, and we got Logic, man. We got Sirius B, we got Marcus. They all on there, yo. Here you go.
Yeah, this was the second Leo Hansberry. The first one I was on there with Smash, and then Go Geechee came in, right? And I did invite you to the very first one.
Yep, and
couldn't make this one. I couldn't make this one, but yeah, I know Sister Cash, Rosetta Cash. I know her. I've listened to Dr. Ben Levy. I know them. Deborah Herd, I haven't had much experience with, but I've been around enough to see them. But go ahead.
Okay.
You know,
all right. Yeah. All right.
I'm not here to hate. I'm just here to
they do like us, though, don't they? Hey, big up the Marcus, man, for the Cash App, man. We rolling today. All right. And we will make sure we get all them in. Torres, man, you always show love every day, bro. Like I said, Brass, man. All right, let's keep moving.
You know, those types of things I think are kind of like very important.
Right, but can we discuss the cattle culture in Egypt?
Yeah, so Robert, let me get in on what I think you're trying to get to. So that
I know what you're trying to get to. That burning question. I know what you're trying to get to. Let me get to it. Let me get right to it. Let's see if the sister Oriental Institute anthropologist, well-qualified PhD student, let's see what she has to say as she talks to her people from the Leo Hansberry Foundation. And let's see, they got Sister Gail. I believe that's the sister of Leo Hansberry, Gail A. Hansberry. Big up to these people actually putting forward African history and Black American history. Big up to them. Let's see. Here we go.
That determinative, the crossroads, the town site, is where people associated with a place, I'll say, differentiating it from, like you would say, like the cattle, the black cattle. Now, this gets back to what I was saying. What I am interested in doing, and this is probably a lifetime of research because you find stuff when you find it, is first of all, I'm very interested in that crossroads, the origins of that crossroads. Town, yes, it's a town determinant, but when did it get to be a town?
Yeah.
When does it first appear? And is it town or is it like a crossing? Like the crossroads between two different roads, like leading to somewhere, like this is where a settlement is. And so answering those questions, you have to take that back to like where does this appear for the first time? And what is it referencing? And then what is the archaeology associated with that area? What's happening at that time? And so it's not just a linguistic exercise. And I think that that's where we fall short.
It's not just a linguistic exercise, and that's where we fall short. That's where we fall short. What is the archaeology around the site? When was it spoke? When this? When that? Now we hearing what an expert has to say, anthropologist, and how she details the way we get to it. Here we go.
We?
Not we. I'm not that. I'm just saying how anthropologists get to it, bro. You trying to be funny?
No, you said we.
Well, I'm not. I said it earlier that I'm not part of that community.
But you just said we just now.
So I'll take it back, Reggie. You say we all the time as if, but Reggie, you don't say we all the time as if you say we all the time, Reggie. Don't you?
In the context that I want to say, but we can move on.
I said in the context of what I wanted to say.
I'm not trying to upset you, Unc. You can move on because you're not banging on me. I don't care.
Do a shot. You do care because you said it. So since we in the middle of the street, let me say you're not part of that community neither, and I'm not. Let's move on. So we'll take back the we show.
Cedric got 5 baby mamas.
But that's what you're doing, yo, in the middle of this. You talking
no,
about
he's snapping on me.
Man, don't be doing in the middle of what I'm doing, though, yo.
Okay, I apologize. Let me get back in the chat.
I don't care how many baby mothers he got. As long as he take care of his children and them women, who cares? Let's move forward.
Oh, shoot.
When the glyphs were deciphered, you know, it's like this means this and this means that, and this means that, but it was placed in no context. It needs to be placed in a historical, geographical, regional context to fully understand it, in cultural context. So,
cultural context. It would be out of cultural context to say black people. This was my issue. I say, man, y'all out of cultural context. What you're doing, you're introducing anachronisms. And I always give this example. You know, we're going to say, man, shorty, she fly to death as she step about that car. She not only fly, boy, she fat to death. Now, if you take it out of its cultural context, African-American describing a beautiful black woman with a beautiful figure, if you take it out of that context, you're going to say a dead person getting out the car, overweight. That's what you're going to do. That would not be in the cultural context of what the African Americans is trying to say when they talk about, man, she fine. She fat to death. She fly as she steps about the car. See that? Very important. We always talk about how the deciphering process, once they deciphered it, the hardest thing to do after that was to actually put in its proper cultural context. So don't let nobody take it out of its proper cultural context. You have to understand it the way the ancient Nile Valley population would have understood it, or you're going to be in these wild conversations like we in. Out of context, throwing anachronisms, racialized terms, colonial information all into what the ancient Egyptians certainly was not doing. Here we go.
Getting to the Kem and the crossroads, was that a settlement that may have existed in the pre-dynastic period? You know, the only way to know that is to continue to see when does this, you know, tracing back, what's the earliest we see this appear? Kim with the crossroads. What is it referencing? Where was this found? What is going on in the area that might indicate what the cultural context of what this word, this glyph, these two glyphs together, what they actually mean? So that's where I'm going with this, Robert. And like, so I don't have a ready answer for you, is what I'm saying. But what I'm saying, it is something that's on my mind. It's like you have that thing that's in the, well, you know, your computer, you have your computer on, but in the background, there's processes that are continuing to run. Okay. And that's a process that continuously running in the back of my head. Like when I see something, it's like, oh, that's another piece of the puzzle. And I hold on to that until I found another piece. I might not be actively looking for it, but it's running in the back of my head. So I said all that to say that it's going to be a long process, you know? So I hope that makes sense, Robert.
Yes, and I really thank you for the answer. I just want, to clarify what my suggestion was dealing with the term Kemet, the Black City. Also, as stated, Kemet, the Black country or the Black nation.
No, those political entities didn't even exist then.
Oh, no. Those political and those political institutions didn't exist then. Oh, no. But yet they keep doing it. And every time we see them on shows, they keep doing it. They keep running stop signs over and over again. Now we got somebody look just like them saying it, but I'm the bad guy. See? I'm the bad guy. See, I'm the bad guy, remember? I'm the guy that don't know what he talking about. I only don't know what I'm talking about when I'm on Saturday TV. That's my man, yo, but I ain't playing on home court when I go over there. I'm in a hostile environment. You know, like the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Baltimore Ravens. When Baltimore going to Pittsburgh, yo, they got the yellow towels rolling. When I go to Saturday TV, man, they got the big head Jabari Bobble dolls going back and forth. Oh, man. Pick up the Saturday TV, yo. Oh, no. That doesn't exist. That's funny to me right there, boy. But yet they know.
Okay.
Those are modernist terms.
Okay. So I see what, like I said, Dr.
Robert Brown basically saying, come on, you don't know what you're talking about. He want to say it. He would tell me that if I said it. He would argue me down, but I get it. You're going to respect, so you ain't going to disrespect. You ain't going to do that. I get it. But yeah, but will they still continue to say that? Let's see.
Sonoran, he stated that
he was Sonoran
was meant the Black country, in his response to Sheikh Anta Diop. And so this is where at the UNESCO conference, and so
over there smashing the left hand corner, grabbing his head like, man. What in the world is going on? Man, y'all gotta stop playing with me, yo. Come on, man. We gotta stop playing with each other, yo. I think we won, yo. They indigenous Africans, yo. What more you want, yo?
This is where our discussion amongst my colleagues and my associates and this is where our discussion began about the term itself. And so I just want to be clear, and I really appreciate your answer. Like I said, even we know that Black is sometimes held as sacred and divine in Kenya.
Oh, do it. I wonder. I thought it did my daggone self. Sacred because of what reason? Because it was the source of nutrients and food production and survivability. It was food, clothing, and shelter. It's what made the spot great. It wasn't the black skin that made them great. You can't sell black skin not unless you're a colonialist and you're selling slaves, which became the global economy. But in the context of where they was living at, that black soil was magical powers. Stuff just poof. They often said that those Egyptians wasn't real farmers. You can just throw the seeds and it grow. Let us continue.
So we know that it can have a multiplicity of meanings.
You're trying, boy.
And so I just want to reiterate, I didn't state that it was about the people. I said that it could be the land or as in the soil, or and we also know of cattle. So, I really appreciate your insight, and thank you so much, Dr.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Don?
That ain't even a clip I really want. Let me see. That ain't really what I want y'all to hear for real. I wanted, let me see.
We're the same. And she just was in this huge smile, and then she stopped,
It's coming out. Here go.
Like 5 minutes later, she did it again. And so the concept that people don't recognize their Africanity, they don't recognize a shared biological history with African Americans is ridiculous. And it's one of the things that really upset me when I first found out about Professor Hansberry, because when he wanted to go on the dig at Kawa, Dallas Dunham, who was the assistant curator at the Museum of Fine Arts, told him, well, if it was my excavation, I would think long and hard before taking a Negro. Basically, it would bring dishonor upon the rest of the people on the dig, and the Sudanese people wouldn't respect you or them. And I'm like, so when I went and the people were just like so receptive and so like, Deborah, you stay, you let them go, you stay, and one of the guys is like, you be my wife. I was like, I'm not gonna be your fourth wife. So we would, it was like being at home. And even, some African American woman that I worked with, she was like, oh, Deborah, you go there, they're gonna treat you different because, you African American. I was like, what you talking about? I said, I walk the streets of Chicago all the time and I got Africans stopping me, asking me, are you from Ghana? Are you from Nigeria? Wherever they're from, that's where they want to make me. So I was like, well, I don't think going to Sudan is gonna be any different. And sure enough, people like, first question is, they want to know, she's Sudani? Sudani? Like, no, she's not from Sudan. Well, we're from Africa. Like, she's not from America.
She's basically just talking about our connectedness to the continent, man. And, for years, the hardest thing was to kind of get people to kind of look to Africa. And not to the point where Africa will become a weight and your history will become a weight and wear you down, but so that you could recognize that you did have a story. And there were several groups that promote African American history, African continental history, and just making our people aware. I think things got out of place when we overemphasized things that we couldn't actually verify and prove. And that's when things got out of order. Okay, so we just want to keep things in this proper balance, right? If you start to get these conversations that are unbalanced, before you know it, the whole damn planet is black, or the whole planet is, we did everything, and then you become the very thing that you claim to hate. We never want to do that.
She's one of us. She's from here.
She's about to get to it, though. Watch how she get to it.
And one of the colleagues was like, Deborah, I almost had to fight one of these workmen. I was like, why are you about to fight the workmen? She said, because he kept saying, Deborah, she's not from there. She's from here. She's from here. She's from Africa. And they were like, no, Deborah's from Africa. And they were like, no, she was on a plane from Chicago. So, yeah, the whole thing is that, it is it's political. People are claiming African identity. I mean, Arab identity that's as black as this screen monitor around here. It's like, dude, you ain't got no Arab. What you talking about? You Arab? You ain't no Arab. But to claim Arab identity means you get certain benefits, and that's what they want. They want those benefits.
So Carver talked about that. Talked about not wanting to use certain terms, how it means something different to them, and how we should really have a real conversation with them. And politics, man. Let's keep going, though.
But I wanted to answer the question because Robert Brown.
He's going to answer that question. What's that question? Do the Egyptians call themselves black? Is that question? Let's see.
Has asked a couple of times, what do I think about Kemet? Meaning the context of the term Kemet. Oh, so my thing is I am about origins, and I am engaged in some long-term background study on things. And I know that that burning ember references Black. But what does it mean in relationship to the town mark? And so for me, that's a long-term research project for me. I don't believe in racial terms in the far ancient past.
Just like me, I don't believe in racial terms in the far distant past because they didn't exist for the most part. We're going to say that. There'll be some wild Indian far somewhere that used it. You know how that go. But generally speaking, that's not what the ancient Nile Valley population was doing. All right, let's see if she changes up. Let's see where she go with this.
And I don't talk about the Egyptians as being Black. I move away from that. That's one of the things. So we were talking about terminology. I talk about African because I situate ancient Kemet as a society that grew up on the African continent after Homo sapiens evolved and began migrating. So being on the continent for 300,000 years plus years, there are a gazillion different ways to be African.
Where have y'all heard that before? I'm right there with the experts. I'm right there. I don't know what everybody else is talking about. Now I'm convinced, right, that people around me have become experts and they're making their own things up. They don't got the paperwork, though. They don't got the mileage on the situation. They don't got none of that, but yet they talk us to death.
What we consider Black is a creation of this modernist, racist society that has developed as part of the whole capitalist enterprise. But so when I talk about the people of ancient Kemet,
Oh man, I ain't even gotta say nothing, man. Y'all hear it. I don't gotta say it. I don't gotta put nothing on it. I don't gotta put nothing behind it. I don't gotta do none of that. Crazy.
Some Africans. Yeah, because it's like now for some modern Egyptians, when you say African, when Zahi Hawass will bust a blood vessel, because for him, African means one type, and that's the dark-skinned West African. He can't conceive of the whole continent containing African people. But when you have been on the continent for 300,000 years and you've been migrating and mixing and combining DNA, there are so many different ways to be African. So long story short, I'm still, where did Robert go? Is he still out here?
Where's Robert at?
Oh, there he is, yeah. So that concept is something that I'm still working on, because I want to see how the archaeology and the migration patterns, how all of those things combine together as an explanation, because I'm really interested in a lot of concepts from about their origins.
All right, so man, y'all heard it. Y'all heard it. Y'all heard it here. So whatever y'all think about me, whatever y'all feel about me, whatever y'all think about me, need some riding with the experts, whether they look like me or not. So I don't know what everybody else is talking about. I don't get it. I think she was very exquisite in the way she did that, the way she talked about the subject. Go back and look at the video. We had 3 hours. Want to get up out of here, right? I think she did a great job, at the way she put that together. Man, I just think, man, it was great, man. Yeah, man. You know, really, bro. Like, man. Y'all ever read that article, Dark Skin? Oh, let's see. I bet y'all haven't. You ever read the article, Dark Skin? I think it's a great article. Man, tell them go find some experts to saying it the way they saying it, yo. We waiting. They gonna get around there. They gonna jive and they gonna come up with a conspiracy and why they do it. It's a beautiful sister right there, man. Boy, she chocolate. Do we mean she a candy bar? We say she's sweet as chocolate. What do we really mean? See, keeping things in a cultural context. Human skin color that is rich in melanin pigments. People with dark skin are often referred to as Black people. Although this usage can be ambiguous in some countries where it is also used specifically refer to different ethnic groups and populations. The evolution of dark skin is believed to have begun around 1.2 million years ago in light-skinned early hominid species. Oh, y'all want to die right there. Read these again. Let me show you how this is going for y'all. The evolution of dark skin is believed to have begun around 1.2 million years in light-skinned early hominid species after they moved from the equator rainforests to the sunny savannas. Didn't I just say that? I talked about how when you're in rainforest, right, you don't need the dark skin. There's a reason for dark skin. The reason for dark skin is to protect you from the harmful UVA rays, the DNA damage, protection of the folic acid. I talked about these things. Okay. In the heat of the savanna, so when they moved from the forest to the heat of the savannas, better cooling mechanisms were required, which were achieved through the loss of body hair. So you got body hair, that's protecting you. You got the forest, that's protecting from the harmful UVA rays. Once you lose your fur, I'm saying now, I'm saying you're trying to cool down. Hold my fault. When you come out of the forest, right, which is protecting you from the harmful UVA rays, your hair is too. But once you hit that sun shining beaming, you got to be able to cool down. How do you achieve this? Better cooling mechanisms were required, which were achieved through the loss of body hair and the development of more efficient, what's this? Preparation, my fault. All right. You start to sweat. It say the loss of body hair led to the development of dark skin. So the loss of body hair led to the development of dark skin pigmentation, which acted as a mechanism of natural selection against folic. Y'all hear Geller. Geller say, yo, read that article on dark skin. I ain't think y'all ever read that, huh? I hear you. Okay. Depletion, it's a vitamin B9 depletion and to a lesser extent, DNA damage. The primary factor contributing to the evolution of dark skin pigmentation was the breakdown of the folic in reaction to ultraviolet radiation. The relationship between folic breakdown induced by ultraviolet radiation and reduced the fitness as a failure of normal embryogenesis. So it's breaking down the fitness, right, of the embryo's development. And spermagenesis, like the sperm. So it's breaking down the sperm, right, and breaking down the embryo. Okay, led to the selection of dark skin pigmentation by the time, watch this, by the time modern Homo sapiens evolved, all humans were dark skin. All humans were dark skin. Now, we're going to stop right there. I told you, they were dark skin. Well, where are these humans coming from? Let's see. So y'all know the darker skin is going to be near the equator, right? Y'all got that right? Mm-hmm. Let's see how far Egypt is from the equator. The equator. Dark skin, I got that one. Here you go. Bam. Bam. Yeah, we having fun today. Yeah, we doing our thing. Hold on. The equator, imaginary line, 14 countries. Hold on. I want to show y'all some of the places with the darker skins, right? I think this is important. We need to know, where are the darkest skinned people at? Y'all playing with us, yo. We got y'all boxed up. Give y'all some basic information here. Hey, over top of everybody here with the flim, yo. We ain't doing that. Basic information. Here you go. We can accept this. All right. Basic information. State Information Service. Your gateway to Egypt. It's the state information joint. What did it say? It says the Arab Republic of Egypt is located astronomically between latitude. That's why we gave the class on latitude, right? 22 and 32. It's a north of the equator, and between longitude 24, 27 east of the Greenwich line. Y'all know what it is. The Greenwich line is, right? Here you go. It says the Arab Republic of Egypt bordered to the north by the Mediterranean Sea. The coastline, 950 kilometers in length, east of the Red Sea, coastline, Libya, length. Hold on, let me see. I wonder, how far is Egypt from the equator? So we got the longitude and latitude, right? Now let's see how far is it away from the equator. Let's see. See if we can get that. Understand basic class. That's not it. Let me see. Hold on. I ain't the one we want. Hold on, I'm gonna get there. That ain't the one. I want to see how far is it away from the equator. All right, we got the equator imagery. We got countries that's located on and near the equator. Uganda. Hold on. All right, Uganda. These are countries located near on the equator. Congo, Kenya, Uganda, Somali, Principal, and Sao Tome. Okay, equator mark is located. Kansas distinct of Uganda within Queen Elizabeth National Park. So these are located like at or on the equator. Equator imagery divides the earth in two parts. Okay, Uganda, Pearl of Africa, is one of the countries in the world that have gotten equator intersecting the countries. 14 countries and territorial waters are being traveled by imaginary line, and 7 of these countries are in Africa. So 7 countries, right, are in Africa, where the imaginary line crosses the country from Long Kampala Mascara Road, which is 73 kilometers from the capital city. Okay, the lucky countries being crossed by the imaginary line in Africa include one second. But I say the imaginary line. Here you go. I gave those cities already line. My point being here is that these countries right here lie, or the line, imaginary line cross the equator right here. So why am I saying this? Because once you get on the equator, you're gonna have some of the darker people. Why? Because the sun is the hottest near the equator. That's why. Now, is Egypt located on the equator? So you're not going to have the darkest skinned people in Egypt. They're going to get browner towards the south and lighter towards the north, but they're not going to be as dark as people in those countries I just talked about. There's a reason why. Now, that does not mean that those darker skinned pigment people cannot travel, I'm saying, to these areas, but I'm trying to give y'all a point. Why are y'all fixated on dark skin so much when the Egyptians wouldn't have had the darkest of skins based off where their country is located at? No matter what time periods you're talking about. Man, well, I'm telling you, hold on. Hold on, let me get you. Hold on. Let me get here. Dang, I want to find how close. Dark skin Peter. Wait a minute. Equator. Thought that was it. Hold on. Equator. Nope. Nope. That ain't it. I'm trying to get to it. Let me get to it. Man. Class on Egypt, Equator. Oh. All right, here we go. That's the one to show y'all right here. Here y'all go. How far is Egypt from the equator? And on what hemisphere is it? Egypt is 1,865 miles north of the equator. There you go. See if I can find the equator for y'all. No, that's got 1,895 miles away from the equator. I need to get a better picture for y'all on that. But I think my point is very clear here. Y'all can see the equator. All right. Y'all can see how far. So the darker skinned people are going to be located near the equator. Why do we know this? Because we've done the work, not done the work, but read the works of Nina Jablonski, right? And they used a skin map. Okay. So we're putting it together for y'all. Real easy, like. I swear. Real simple, real easy, right? So we can all get this. We can all understand that. Here you go. This is actually a map, and it says it how far is Egypt from the equator, right? On what hemisphere is Egypt? And they give you 1,865.52 miles. Okay, north of the equator. All right, so you're not going to find the most dark-skinned people in Egypt any daggone way. So get off of that. Big up to Juju is in the building. Mark White TV. Mark White, shut up. Not letting nothing go till you concede. Yeah, I'm not letting nothing go. Why would I let y'all get away with misinforming the people? Why would I allow that on my watch? Why would I? Had to take y'all to school. We had to deal with the equator today, longitude, latitude. She'll know what everything at. Did a little map study, a little geography study. These things are important because these are the games they play with y'all. We had to talk about dark skin, right? And we're going to finish off with the skin map, right? Which y'all all should be familiar with. So we could just actually get the thing. See, y'all got to know this, yo. Y'all got to understand, yo, that these people that come amongst you, yo, and end up putting you in a wild cult, yo, they do it based off your ignorance of geography, based off your ignorance of science and scientific literacy. These are the things that put you in a situation that you can end up in a damn cult because you don't understand these things the way you actually should or the way you actually could. And so that's why we do what we do around here, yo. We do this to get it right where we need to be at. That's one of my favorite maps right here. Let me see if I can get this on here. I don't know if y'all can see this or not. So this is the UVA rays right here. You can see it. And zone 1 is in the middle. Zone 2, you see Egypt is split. See, Egypt falls into like zone 2. So zone 1, see that runs right through the damn equator, right? That line right there, right? And zone 2 is on is parallel, but look at these two zones. Look at the middle, right? Is on either side, going north or south. All right. Egypt is where it's in zone 2. All right. It's not gonna have the hottest temperatures. It's hot though, but not like on the damn equator. All right. All this is important, yo. All of it. It's important. Trust me, yo, because they play these games with y'all, man. Right? They take advantage of it. They say things out their mouth that ain't matching up. All right. let me see if I can read this. The potential for synthesis prevent D3 and light pigmentation in humans. Skin computed from the annual average UVMD. It say the highest annual value of UVMED are shown in the light violet. Okay? With indiscriminately lower values in dark violet. Thin and violet and dark shades of blue, orange, and green and gray. All this is important, man. Yeah, see, we got them. They ain't gonna be able to never do nothing like this. They ain't gonna be able to bring you no scientific papers. They ain't gonna be able to do none of that. What they're gonna do is they're gonna talk you half to death. That's what they're gonna do. They're gonna continue to talk you half to death. The average color map of native populations with modern and broader proximity. The average skin color map. Let me get you a better one here. Let me get you a scientific one so y'all won't start crying. Funny to me, bro. I often wonder, man, why they think they can get around us. They can't. Nope. Nope. This comes straight from a paper right here. Jablonski's paper. Let me show it for y'all. This comes straight from a paper. That's why they don't like the map. That's why they call it skin mappers. Yeah, they call it the skin mappers because when we started showing the skin map, they was overemphasizing super dark skin. They overemphasized the damn thing. Yeah, you can see Egypt is falling in zone 2, by the way. A lot of it. And as you get to the equator, their skin darkens up. There you go. So they wouldn't have been super black, y'all want them. And they just didn't even show themselves to that anyway, man. Y'all playing around, yo. All right. And they're using this on Psychology Today. All right. But yeah, upper average annual levels of ultraviolet UVA radiation arriving at Earth's surface as indicated by NASA satellite data. Strong effects of latitude. That's why, you know what I mean? Now I'm talking about latitudes. Y'all get that. Right? Apparent with levels of the highest in the tropical zones, red, pink, then dark blue, and gradual declining at the higher latitudes, pale. All right? The higher latitudes, longitude and latitude. Okay? Let's say the lower map distribution of skin color prediction for modern humans based on the relationship between skin reflectance data and environmental factors. Quite close agreement with the distribution of actual skin color is seen. The source figure combining two maps from Jablonski, 2006, with kind permission to copy George Chaplin. That's her husband. Here we go. Two maps right there so y'all can see it. Conversation is actually over with. I just wanted to put some solid things in place. I wanted to talk about longitude and latitude. I wanted to talk about dark skin. I wanted to talk about where it would be more prevalent at. And I wanted to show you how wild it was in making up where the Egyptians actually came from, how they just conveniently left out areas and mischaracterized the whole time while they're telling me I can't read. So I think I'm done. Until I look at another part of the video and get them. There we go. There we have it. The cut and paste methods all day. Why are they talking about skin color? And I don't know, man. Okay, why would you disagree with this information? Because they was hating. I invite y'all one more time. Anybody want to add something to it? One more time. There you go. All right, man, look. Says fine. Let's find that missing link. Ben put that link up there, man. Anyway, man, look, we're at 3 hours. I'm way over where I need to be. Look, man, yo, hit that Cash App link, man. Oh, why are they talking about skin color on the psychology platform? Okay, great question. All righty. Okay. Let me see. All right. Vitamin D, skin ultraviolet sunlight. Skin color, vitamin D, defects, and disease risk. That's why. And we went over this with class, yo, how, it protects you from diseases. You know what I'm saying? Whole lot of information. Yo, deficiency has been associated with multiple. Man, COVID-19. Get it pronouncing this right.
Sclerosis.
Multiple sclerosis. Y'all know, like your spine, spinal bifidus and all that, your curved spine and all that. Yep. So that's why they was talking about that. Yeah, vitamin D deficiency survey. Yep. There you go. Hey, I'm gonna put this in there for y'all can actually read this. Remember I told you having browner skins make you less susceptible to disease. We talked about that. There's actually a point there. Y'all can get that and read that. Hey, man, look, man, it's been a long one. I got stuff to do, man. I want to stay with y'all. I see you, Juju. How you doing? How you feeling? What's good with you? Man, make sure y'all support and like the shows, man. Like I said, we going hot on. I want y'all to go ahead and get the book, The Depth of Expertise. We're going to do this Monday. We're going over chapter 1 in the introduction. All right, that's all y'all got to read. Man, make sure y'all get this. We're going to go over the introduction in chapter 1. Everybody's in the Discord. This is what we're doing. All right. It's going to be a very, very loose conversation, right? Ain't going to have a lot of rails on it, right? I want y'all to join it. And it's easy read, bro. All right. Make sure y'all do that, man. Man, this is what we actually up against, man. We depth of expertise, bro. And the war on science. This is what we're going against. Simple as that. So chapter 1, everybody in the Discord, man, y'all should have this by now. Everybody out there that want to follow the conversation along, man. Man, get your Audible book, man, marketplaces, highlight your things, your questions on it, man. Introduction in the first chapter. That's it. All right. Start right there, man. Y'all gotta, get into that. With that, man, look. Get out of here, man. Y'all know how we doing it around here. We doing it at the highest levels, man. We enjoying ourselves, man.
Leland, tap, tap, tap on your touch screen. Every single day, the same routine. You click refresh once again.
Man, support that DQ music, man. We went for a long 3 hours, man. We got other stuff to do. Appreciate all the love, man.
a toxic relationship. You on top of me. If the topic is truly timeless, the conversation should be how I'm and regaining my peace. Shout out to my Virgo women cooking the feast. Got a Pisces, stay in the hood. That girl a freak. Can't lie. Certain
Hey man, yo,
Geminis
y'all
say for
listening
me,
to the
but
Community
it's on
Skeptics,
key, 'cause
man. We
certain
doing our
upgrades
thing,
cost a
man.
fee. Yeah, so we can slide and glide. I know you want it. Known to
Man, hit
provide
that
the
DQ
vibes
Cash
at
App,
the
man.
moment.
Support that song,
Hit the
yo.
clubhouse, then clubhouse to the morning.
Y'all know what it is. Y'all know what we doing, bro.
It's just a bonus. Careful with what I
Appreciate
search.
everybody
Siri
coming
be
through,
taking
man.
notice. All the
Hey,
pictures
Ghana, I
I'm
see your
liking.
comments, man.
Algorithm is golden. Melanated
Think there
and
needs to be a
lightning.
correction
Some
made
women
on the
get
hottest
chosen.
places on earth.
Hershey kiss to the forehead.
Talk about
Yeah.
that, not an issue. We have no problem with correction around here.
Every single day, the same routine. You click refresh once again, and I got the same thing. Tried
Better move about the money. Gotcha. The upgrade. And upgrade y'all knowledge and wisdom, man. Man, y'all need a daggone upgrade, man. Y'all know it, man. Look, we ain't did our Cash App break neither, man. So we're going to hit our Cash App break because we ain't get one today. We sure didn't. We went 3 hours and ain't get our Cash App break. We're not going to let you get out of here with that. Gave y'all 3 strong hours. I mean 3 strong hours. I mean 3 strong hours. So we're going to take this end of the joint break. Get them likes up. Make sure y'all subscribe, man. Send the channel out to your family and friends. Hey, all the honeys, dummies, the gummies. Never roll the dice. Nothing better move but the money, the Cash App money. Nothing better move but the money.
But nothing better motherfucking move.
Nothing better move.
All the honeys, dummies,
Dummies.
for the gummies. Gotta
The
keep
honeys.
it coming. As I roll the
Keep
dice.
coming.
But nothing better motherfucking move but the money.
Nothing better move but the money, man. Y'all know what it is, man.
Move but the money.
Nothing better move but the money. Hey.
But nothing better motherfucking move. Shoot another
invoice.
Need to get Royce.
Get Royce.
Shine. It's the kid choice.
Kid choice.
Pie was a bit moist.
Big moist.
Told me to do it big, bro.
Do it big, bro.
Ain't did it how you did, bro.
How you did it?
Boys ain't living how you live, bro. I know you hear me knocking, let me in, bro. I'm a big in the light every time I'm speaking the mic. Electrolyte, Peter light that's giving you light. See what's done in the dark, go come to the light.
You ain't got no source, put no brakes on none time.
The blunts is all wood, the insurance paid up.
Hey, yo, hit them Cash Apps, man. Show some love, man. Man, if y'all want to see that morning show, afternoon show, man, show some love, yo. Get me to the next one. Y'all know what it is, man. I see it coming, yo. Nothing better move but the money.
Nothing better motherfucking move but the money.
Nothing better move but the money, y'all. Y'all know what it is, man.
Nothing better motherfucking move.
Nothing better move. The honeys, the dummies, the gummies.
Nothing better motherfucking move but the money.
Hey, nothing better move but the Cash App money. Man, I appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate everybody coming through, yo. We're going to talk about some of the hottest places on earth. We can get into that. We don't mind corrections. We good. But the point was that the people with the darkest skin are found near the equator. And with that, man, we appreciate everybody, man. Stop hating, man. Ain't no damn weirdos in the server. Stop it. Throwing those subliminal shots. More weirdos in the chat than in the server, man. Man. Hit us up, man. Get in the Discord, man. Let's see who's showing love on the Cash App money. Hey, Michael, appreciate that love, man. That's how you do that, bro. Appreciate you, man. Look, man, I'm your host, Community Skeptics, man. Support the Pseudo Killers, man, and all the family of shows, man. Space Age Africans, man. Space and Beyond. Y'all know what it is, man. That's with Juju. All right. And Space Age African, Anthony Bowman. Y'all know what I'm saying, man? Support Sosa's show, man. Sosa's World, man. Y'all know we got the family of shows around here, man. I ain't do no cussing today. Got right to it, yo. I ain't running. Nigga, I'll stop right here. Let me put the comment up. Hit the link, bro. I'll do no running. I bet you misread that source. Him drop the link. Running. Who do the running? You got me. You think you talking to? Yeah. Caught him. Talking about I was running. Baited him in. There you go. You got 3 minutes to hit that link. Running. Great show. I ain't running. We'll stop the show and keep going. I'm addicted to making sure my people got real information. And if you got something that overthrow what we talking about, yo, then there you have it. There you go. But if you don't, look at him. He ain't hit that link. Nope, ain't hit that link. Hey, man, I got some love today, man. I appreciate that. We definitely going to the next show, yo. We definitely. Marcus, appreciate you, bro. I'm hitting him. Hitting the back. Mr. Torres, you always in the game. There you go. Get it out. Go ahead and get it out.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Get it out. You got 1 minute. Get it out.
All right. Check this out. I'm at work, right? But then I want you to actually like review a source for me.
Okay.
Isn't?
Can you put it in the back?
I want you to criticize it because I'm here to have fun and learn as well. So I'll put the source and you'll criticize it. I'll put it in the chat.
Yeah, you can put it in the back. You ain't gonna be able to put it in the chat. Put it right here. It's called the private chat right here. You see it? Say private chat. You can put it right. I got you. That's a YouTube video. That's a YouTube video.
Yeah. But it's short though. But just have a look. Have a look and give your criticisms, and then I'll be here for the next stream.
Okay, I got you. Let me see what he's saying. Yeah, let me see what he's saying. Professor Ben Levy.
Yeah.
All right. What are you talking about? Give us a brief synopsis of what he's saying. I'm gonna go dig it.
No, he's talking about where the culture came from, the South, and then the identity and all that kind of stuff. It's kind of short, like 5-6 minutes. So look at it, criticize it, and then maybe think about it and give us your thoughts next time. You know, so I can also know whether to keep the source or not.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Right. We're all having fun. We're all learning.
Yeah, we all learning. So Upper Egypt is in the South, though, ain't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now just play it. Just play it. I also want to drop out because I'm at work.
All right, appreciate you, man. Go ahead. We'll get to that source.
All right, thanks, man.
All right, peace. Oh man, what happened? American Dream dropped out. What happened? All right, come on, man. What's up? Say what you're gonna say real quick.
Oh yeah, me. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
go ahead, real quick. Get it in.
Yeah. I realized you were saying something about the hottest places on Earth. The hottest places on Earth, we can Google it, right? And it's going to be most of the places going to be on the level of North Africa, above the tropics. We have a desert above the Sahara, and we have a desert below the Sahara. That's because they're hotter than the Sahara. I mean, I'm sorry, we got a desert below the tropics and a desert above the tropics. That's because those places are hotter than the tropics. So you're saying the people in North Africa should be blacker. That's what you're saying. You're saying if the people are from a hotter area, that they would be blacker. Is what you said.
I didn't say that.
Okay, well, so you do know that it's hotter in North Africa than the tropics, Sub-Saharan Africa. You know that. That's simple. I know you can Google that.
No, I
That's
might
simple
know
science.
now. I might know now.
Yeah, Google the hottest places on Earth. Yeah.
Are you refuting the equator?
No, I'm not refuting the equator. I'm saying the hottest places on Earth. Google the hottest places on Earth and take a look at the list of places. It's simple. It's ain't difficult, man.
Man, that's not what I was saying. I was talking about the
right. So you said the hottest places on Earth because according to the map,
no, actually, UVA. I was talking about the blackest people. Listen, I'm talking about it's the darkest people. It's based off the UVA rays.
Right.
And based off of the NASA map, these heavy UVA rays are closer to the equator in zone 1. These are the hottest places on Earth, zone 1.
Right. So the people from there that are really black.
Zone 1.
Right. So
you know what I'm talking about?
Yes. So zone 1, those people traveled to Asia, Southeast Asia, into Europe. They were black, and when they got there, they were black. Make the map make sense now.
All right, man. I don't feel like it.
What's wrong? No, just try it. What's wrong?
Ladies and gentlemen, what I want y'all to do is look at the spotted moth.
Facts hurt your feelings.
I'm not hurting me, yo.
Check
I'm
them,
not. You
check
could
them
be
for
right.
the people.
Listen, I'm not arguing. Listen.
Where's the hottest places on earth? Let's just tell the people before we go.
Okay, the hottest places on earth, just for you, bro. Hottest places on, and you say this to say,
because this is the place your map would suggest would be the darkest people are from.
Say that, man. There are 11 hottest places on earth. You want the travel thing?
However you want to do it, just find those places and let's
travel
read them.
leisure. I don't know about no serious. All right, where they at? The desert in California. Tunisia.
North Africa. Okay.
Huh?
That's North Africa. Tunisia.
Kuwait.
Carthage. Yeah. Kuwait. Yep.
Israel. Travel. All right, let's see.
God.
With the documented 129 degrees.
You said Israel?
Yeah.
You said Kuwait. Okay, this is all okay. This is way above the equator, right?
Pakistan.
Oh yeah, above the equator.
Australia.
Below the equator.
I don't know what you're talking about.
That's below the equator.
Rwanda.
Below the tropics.
120 degrees. Athens, Greece. So you think temperature got something to do with?
No, your map suggested that. Your map suggested the darkest people on earth would be from those places.
No,
remember?
Man, listen.
It's not what your map said.
That's not. No, it didn't say that. Yo.
Okay, so what was you saying?
We talking about UVA and UV
so we
rays.
were talking about Egypt, and we were talking about the map.
We was talking about
complexion.
How
hot is Egypt?
You're not going to fucking overtalk me. I've had a great day. What you going to do?
Don't get angry. Don't be angry.
I'm getting angry because you overtalking me. Let me finish.
Okay.
We're talking about the UVA rays, brother. UVA rays and UV rays, right? We're talking about them needing to protect yourself from those harmful rays. Requires darker skin in zone 1. That's what we're talking about.
Not in the hottest places.
The fact that you found some people hot and all those areas, what the hell I got to do with it? What they got to do with it, yo? You in California, you don't got super dark skin. What's your point here, bro?
That was what your map was suggesting. That's why I brought it up.
You suggested
your map suggested that the darker skin. Your map suggested that the darker skin would be in the hottest places.
Maybe I may have misspoken, but the map didn't suggest that.
We're going to clear it up for the people if you did misspeak.
Okay,
I'm trying to help you out, man. I'm here to help you.
No, don't help me. Don't put it on the map, though. Is the point I'm making.
Okay, well, you put it on the map. You said it. It didn't make sense. So being from Egypt, so easy from what we just figured out. So what we just figured out.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna calm down. I'm gonna get my breath, and I'm gonna simply say this, right? That the darkest skinned people are gonna be found in zone 1, right? Then there's zone 2 and zone 3, and as you get away from the equator, your skin lightens up, based off of needing more absorption of the sun. Okay, so the farther north you go, you need to be lighter to allow the sun in. The closer you get to the equator, you want to block out the sun. And we explained all these things. That's my final word on that. Appreciate everybody, man. Appreciate you, yo. Appreciate the whole 9 yards. Whatever it is, we're having fun up in here, and we're not gonna let them mess our day up, man. Man, show some love, man. Keep it going, man. With that, yo, we are out. Y'all thought I was gonna do the message show up there, y'all. Nope, we not. We out.